desserts free, man. Lord, let them crackers take you that bullshit.
Yeah.
That's free.
He broke that shit down. I'm like, you really good deep in that shit.
Yeah.
They got
Games they play.
Because the game is to play the mind.
Exactly.
Once you play the mind adapts and accepts. Oh yeah, this is free. Well, ain't nothing free. Y'all getting all these shots for COVID and you think it's free.
Hey, yo. You don't see how that shit was going from the beginning, man?
From the beginning, yeah.
They didn't have enough. First, they didn't have it.
Right. Now all of a sudden, look, now it's all free.
How that shit go like that? But check
That's
that whole
deep.
cycle. They didn't have it.
Right, right.
Then now they started having it. And the nigga, what's his name, Bill Gates, they asked him, did he take it yet? And the nigga said he didn't take it because being that it's so limited and so short,
He want everybody else to get it.
he don't want to be that take from one person. I said, nigga. Nigga.
That game, like,
What
that's
type
game.
of bullshit game is that?
That's
you shoot
real
that
game.
motherfucker?
That's game, bro.
Now,
That's game.
then now you went from not having it to it's only a little bit.
Right.
Now you went from a little bit, hey, yo, you know they got the shit, you get free donuts. Krispy Kreme give you one donut every day for a year if you take a vaccine.
See,
Wow.
You know that, right?
I heard about it, yeah.
Man, they got so many incentives with that. You got to Google that shit.
I know. I read up on it. I read up on it.
They even got the weed dispensaries that they looking for anything. So if the fat
Anything.
nigga don't go for the donuts, we gonna try the weed heads with the weed. You get free motherfucking weed. Word, I said,
that
yo,
ain't nothing. You go down to the casino, they ask you, do you have the vaccination card?
Yeah.
And they give you $15.
They got mad motherfucking incentives, man, for that shit.
Yeah.
So now they
All
went from
over
not
Wall
having
Street.
it to not having enough to now
Too much.
begging the nigga to get it.
So now-
giving the nigga incentives to take that shit.
So what do you say to people that don't see the game in that? What do you say to people who don't see the manipulation?
Oh, like who don't peep it out?
Yeah, right. Because my
FOI nigga had told me this shit, motherfucking
Muslim brother.
we FOI joke.
Right.
Right? We down motherfucking what's your name and shit. We used to have Boy Town like 9-6 older brother.
Right.
And that nigga was like, man, it's deep. That we really walking down in the cemetery, man. It's about 8 of us alive in this motherfucker. You feel me? He says about 8 of us alive in this whole fucking
Wow.
prison.
That's deep.
Word, you feel me?
That's deep. Yeah.
He's like, you start giving any of these young niggas right now real conversation about how fast they disappear because they dead, man. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
They ain't receptive to information, man.
Right.
Pick it up.
He's like, this shit literally the Walking Dead, man. You feel me? And as he start moving through and beating down while we walking the yard, he hit niggas, stopping niggas, chopping it up. The niggas look like, shit, he gonna talking some bullshit.
Yep.
And niggas faded right out.
Right
You
out, right
feel me?
out.
And as we moving through, he stopped another little FOI, because it was really like a couple FOI niggas down there for tight. He bumped into a couple of them motherfuckers. He started dropping some shit. Niggas formed that cipher immediately. Formed that cipher immediately. By the time we sat in that yard for like an hour, hour and a half, when break was over, it was 6 of us standing there,
That's
like
how it
really
go.
beating down.
That's how it
That
go.
nigga said, man, it's about 8 of us alive in this yard, man. And it really, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
So kind of take a nigga back to the 85% shit.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yep. That's
They
real.
dumb, deaf, and blind. You feel me?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Niggas dumb because they can't speak the truth.
Right.
Blind because they can't see the truth.
Right.
And deaf because they can't hear the truth.
And don't want to know.
Word.
And don't
That
want to
shit
know
them.
the truth. And once they hear the truth, it's almost like kryptonite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they run away from it. Like, I don't want to hear this shit.
That truthful motherfucker.
But the sad part is the ones that say they don't want to hear it, no.
Yeah. A lot
Because
of
it
that.
frightens them and they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. That shit.
You know?
And then motherfuckers be fly jokes. Sometimes we get jokes that just feel defeated too. Like, what you gonna do, man? What is going? Because when I look at it, man, long as I can you know, my family and anything next to it, you feel me? Ain't killing my family or like-minded. You feel me? So, nigga, that's like-minded. I don't even do for it, just make sure they shut up, man.
I got brothers, man.
Make sure my daughter don't get up on the phone. Make sure my son ain't out here robbing. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
you know why it's so hard to deal with issues in this country? Because first of all, we're educated on the European system,
Exactly.
right? So you got 20 years of going to school, learning shit that ain't right.
Yeah.
Now you got to
Deprogram that
yeah,
shit.
you got to deprogram yourself. And a lot of people, you can't deprogram them because some people are brainwashed.
It ain't
That's
true.
why Farrakhan said a long time ago, in order to change the society, you got to get rid of them. You got to kill them. You ain't going to change it with them still alive.
I know you're heavy with it. And he said he keep talking about rehabilitation. He like, before you rehabilitate, you gotta rehabilitate a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You feel me? You talking about rehabilitate.
Eliminate.
Word. Shit.
And they were smart because they went through our women. And going through our women, they destroy our fruit.
Word.
That's how it works.
It's just education.
Hannibal wasn't crazy. Think about this. Hannibal went into Italy.
Yeah.
He killed all the men and bred the women. He knew.
Yeah.
You know? And if you go back to history, you see how they butchered the men.
But you know that's war. That's how war
Yeah.
works. You understand what I'm saying? That's true. That's how war works. Make sure back here you don't go against us.
All right. Yeah, man. People don't realize this society. You be sitting in your house telling your family how you gonna take over, and tomorrow FBI, CIA,
Yeah.
Army right there,
Yeah.
but they work for them. You can't. The greatest gift has not been told is keep it to yourself.
That's a fact.
Once you tell it, it's all our way out there.
Back in the day, my nigga, you know, I think, you feel me? You know how like over was crying about reparations and all that shit? That shit ain't about nothing, man. They don't need reparations, man. The only thing motherfuckers need is education.
Yeah.
That's the only way motherfuckers get out that slump, man, education. Because you,
That's part of the reparations, though.
you can put $1 million.
A part of the reparation
Yeah.
is education,
But what
not
I'm saying,
just money.
Yeah, that's
You know
a
what I
fact.
mean? Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. When you talk about
Proper
reparations,
education, right.
when you talk about reparations, motherfuckers, average motherfuckers, ain't think about nothing but some money.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Where it's going. And you know, if motherfucker's uneducated, man, you give a nigga $10 million, man. That
Right.
shit gone, man.
Right.
That nigga Mike Tyson, man. That nigga had a bag. That nigga had a bag, man. But that nigga ain't smart, man. That money disappeared as quick as it came.
Educated in the wrong direction.
Right.
Right. That's education.
That's education. You have, man, the United States full of that shit.
And the average motherfucker.
You don't get racism unless you teach it. The Klans, that shit was taught. The police, that shit was taught. Police came from the Klan. How you gonna take a police that its natural root 476 years, its natural root is to kill you? How you gonna change that shit?
And that's how the system
You
set
can't
up.
change it. And people kill me with that Black Lives Matter shit. Y'all don't even realize.
All that shit be old. And then when you get down to that shit, when the crackers be funding it, just like back in
Yeah.
the days with NAACP,
Yeah.
Black Panthers and all that shit, crackers be funding that shit.
Funding that shit. The Jews run that.
But it's the same people that we put our trust in and let that shit go down on. That's the problem.
No.
That's the problem. This-
You know the problem is, listen, God said put your trust in me, not people. He said because man will deceive you. Every time he will deceive you. So once you leave the realms of God, and you the God, and most people don't know they God.
Yeah.
You the God. Once you leave that realm and want to be human, you fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just like anything else. You ain't gonna never be bigger than the game, bro.
And again, when it goes back to
You're never gonna be bigger than the game.
No, you got to change the game. Make your own game.
Understand that. You really provide education for motherfuckers even don't understand that.
Good morning,
Like,
good morning,
my
good
daughter-
morning.
my daughter went from St. She went from St. Dom's to Catholic. Before that, she was from Our Lady Victory, Our Lady Mercy, right? And my girl was beefing because they didn't have no Black history. Black history class, right? You? Yeah. You got your. No. I said Winfield, Kennedy Boulevard, right next to Miami. The word she kicked up because they ain't had no Black history. I was like, man, that's the biggest bag of bullshit is Black history, man.
My man Rob just said online, which is true, that he said the NAACP It's not even black owned.
Nah, that's all white funded shit.
It's Jewish
That
ranch.
shit, man. Black Panthers, all that shit was
You can
all.
Google that shit.
It's like everything else. That's just the title that they put up there. Man.
So ultimately,
Straight.
if they the ones who funded that shit,
What about
they got control.
even the black colleges?
That's,
Started
that shit deep because you know, and like I said, Black history, they ain't teaching you the average motherfucker. You start right from that slave shit. Got your whole slave shit, and let you up the slave shit, then you on the plantation, they whip your ass.
Shit, when I was in high school, they didn't even have
Then you
black
go,
history, yo.
then you, because this shit is some bullshit though. Because that's
They
that shit.
didn't have
That
it,
shit
yo.
it sets you up to fail because it lets you know that you wasn't nothing, right? They pull you out of the jump and put you on the slave.
Hey!
Watch that. Watch
Ah!
that.
Watch back!
Walk over it.
Oh.
I want you to kick it. That's all.
Oh. Hey.
Let's go with you. Come on, let's get it.
Oh.
Alright. Barbershop Chronicle.
Oh, Barbershop Chronicle!
Let's go.
Wait a minute. Yours right there. You wanted one cream?
No, one sugar.
I said one sugar. She said black. I said no, one cream. And one sugar.
Yeah, you put cream in it? That's cool. That's cool.
That
Thanks.
one mine. No, that one yours. That one yours. Val. Val. I'm
What's
gonna
up?
that.
What's up, Val? She about to ignore you for a minute. What's good with you? How you are? You good? Good. Not much. Same old doodle, different tissue.
Somebody got Facebook for same doodle, different toilet. Wait, let me get my. Look, you see what I did? I'm putting
Oh, I know. That's also take it
You
over.
ain't taking. Well, you should have took the walk, man. For real. You know I'm a walking billboard for you. You gotta make sure it's right. I'm serious. Like,
Let me know what you want.
no, you do what you gotta do. I'm a walking
I gotta,
billboard.
you gotta tell me what you want, though. I don't know. I can't-
Listen, you already know, okay? You already know.
You got it.
You took my life away when you cut the dreads off, and you have to take care of this now. Look, bro. What's up, bro?
Ain't nothing.
How you doing? Why you so quiet?
Who, me?
Yeah.
We were just kicking it about the history and all
Figure
that.
out this
Oh,
world.
I wish you was here because it's Barbershop Chronicles. Stay. What?
Man.
Yeah, we gotta get that fan. You know what we gotta do here.
know
You
your
feel
brother-
it? Feel it.
You know you wasn't have no call.
Oh, don't be telling everybody. Shut up. Now you hear this. Girl, wait a minute. All right. Look, I needed support. Cause, oh, let me tell y'all what I did, bro. Oh, my thing fell. That's all right. I got some more. Listen, you know how when they say you got to give, when you give God something, you got to leave it with him? Right? Let me tell y'all what I did. I done messed around and went into the devil's forum, right? Messing with the neighbors, right? Because y'all know I'm still dealing, right? They had me up ever since 2 o'clock this morning, right? How about I got up this morning and I started waxing my floors and stuff, so I put my stereo on.
You been recorded?
No, tell me why I bust one of my speakers.
Oh.
I'm like, oh my God, messing with them people. Trying to get with them. That's one of my damn speakers. Trying to get them. And I gave it to God and I took it back. And that's what happened. So,
What's up? Watch that.
Good morning, man.
Good morning. How are you, sir? What's good with you, brother? What's good?
apologize,
All right?
my lady.
That's all right. I understand, brother. It's like that sometimes. You might could have had a rough night. You know what I mean? I
I
understand.
didn't go to bed at 3 in the morning. I just got back from
hello, Val. Oh,
I'm
did you?
sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit you when I leave here because I'm gonna go to the laundromat.
How your week going so far?
All right.
Good?
All right, bye.
I have an interview in Atlanta tomorrow.
Another job? Or?
Yeah, there's a new role. We opening up a new office.
Oh, gotcha.
So I have an interview and I have a wedding at the courthouse at 2 o'clock.
Oh, wedding.
So I'm doing 2 things tomorrow in Atlanta.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. We discussing a few things, you know what I mean? We on the Barbershop Chronicles and we're talking about history and all that good stuff.
Oh, whose history? Or his story?
His story and our story.
Talking European history. Because our history just faded out.
Talk about black history in school. You don't remember anything
look
there
better,
before
right?
the slave ship?
No.
So,
They just allowed you to accept the course of Black history in college.
If you roll with how
Let me
they
see
say,
Tom Brand.
if you roll with the
All right.
education that they gave, right?
Yeah,
Black
I
history.
know. Let me just say.
We don't got nothing
Let me-
past a slave shit. Like our whole story started.
Let me see.
well, could I ask you a question?
Oh no, that's good. That's good. Stop acting like that. I'm
you
scared.
were talking about Black history, right? You talking about Black history. Are you saying Black history you be taught in
Oh,
every
God, yeah. And then the guy said, you understand when you say this,
Yeah, basically in the school system, the European school system, like
That's
even
nerve. But this right here,
I'm gonna
good. That's
go up
good.
to college.
This is how I
every
want it
college
all the
might get a
time,
little
just like
deep,
we
but
doing.
they not
You
really
hear
giving
me?
you
I
anything.
don't want to have to say
beyond
nothing else.
the
Because
slave
yesterday
shit.
I was
Like where everything started, the slave shit.
Huh?
So
Nah,
my
that's
thing
what I'm
is,
saying. Like
I
massage, I
understand
could just like do
about
without doing
that
like
history.
little
but I'm
I
more
have eyebrow pencil. I just
I would rather
painted it just a
prefer
little bit, just to give it a
more
little color.
current stuff from
That stuff,
19 from after
Lord,
World War
please don't let it
after
rain.
World
I
War
know.
One now.
From when?
From World War One.
Yeah.
About
Man, I had that time where I was
1920.
spotting
I'll
that
say in
thing,
the
tapping it.
1900s. Because I think the 1900s were more fun. I understand the like Harriet Tubman, I understand Marcus Garvey, I understand all that. I think
roll with it, but I said today, that's it.
the significance of my history is more in the 1900s than it is back then.
Yeah.
There's the Civil War in the 1800s.
But I'm saying you do agree with the fact that if you don't know where you came from, you definitely ain't gonna know where you're going. That your history do play a major part. You agree with that or not?
Yes and no. I rather prefer that kids would be taught real estate in school.
Yeah.
Credit, how to
See, that
manage
was
your
a lot.
credit. I'd rather
That was a
them
lot
take
of
more
hit.
electives, like
More financial literacy.
more financial literacy, more training as far
Brother,
as
I
like
don't like you quiet like this. Something's wrong.
of like auto shop, wood tech,
Oh, you listen.
how to do
Sometimes you gotta
carpentry.
listen.
If you're doing more of that, you're teaching kids how to create a skill.
Hello,
And a skill is going to be more important than the history that you learn. Because how much of the history are you retaining now that you can't get from YouTube? That you can't get from Google? You can get that in a second.
I don't want to be.
You don't have to read a book and be taught. You can get that stuff in a second. All you got to be told is, all right, look up this person, and you look it up.
Just come on.
Yeah, all this. And I think that's super important, especially in the digital age.
Like where you coming from in your history and all that, I think that's important, man. Like for your morals, your self-esteem, and all of that shit. Like I think that's important. You see, like everything you say is like more geared towards financial literacy, like how to make it in the corporate world and that type of thing.
Right.
But it's kind of almost like a home training thing, right? It's kind of like a home training, like you get taught certain things at home, and you don't have to come outside and do this, or like how everybody working up and shooting their head with bonnets and all of that shit. Like, you feel me? Your mother always taught you how to come outside, clean your head with certain little things, and like, you feel me? Good home training, right? So I kind of like tie that with history, like Black history, right? So what I'm saying about Black history, right, is the fact that where self-esteem come from. Self-esteem to know like you was this person or you was somebody. Like, you know what I mean? You really come from somebody. So my point was that when you're dealing with education in the school system, Black people don't have nothing except for we started at the slave ship. And from there on, we started the slave ship, then get the plantation, then Rosa Parks had to get off the bus.
Nothing prior to that.
The King got hit with this, and then they got the 70s. And you understand what I'm saying? Then you had the crack, then you had the dope era. And, you understand what I'm saying? So if I really had to go off of my history, like I started off with the slave ship, and I went all of these stuff up to the 80s, turned crack games, and then niggas would kill people, speak left and right. Like, I'm not really shit.
So let me ask you
You
this.
understand what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this question, right?
Like I don't got no Santa Claus in my history. I don't got Columbus in my history.
Let me ask you this question. When you were saying, we said about as far as like his history and self-respect. You were talking about isn't self-respect mostly on the parents and the parents' fault, or parents or grandparents are supposed to instill that?
Yeah, they definitely
not the
supposed to instill
books.
that. Yeah.
Because like I would say, as for myself, like my mom was adopted. And she was born in South Carolina, but the people who adopted her were live in Brooklyn, New York. My dad's from Virginia. He didn't know his father, but he moved from Virginia all the way up to New Jersey before he met my mother. Now neither one, they were young when my father was 21, my mom was 20. But the self-respect that I had for myself was based off always moving around. I lived in four different states, so I was always moving around. And just me just saying, okay, I don't know, I don't have friends like everybody else have friends, but I need to establish my strength within myself. So I started working out, going to the gym. I started playing football.
All right, so in short, right? That's your thing, right? But I mean, you gotta know that you don't speak for the masses.
I
You understand what I'm saying? You don't speak for the masses of people, right? And like I said, the average motherfucker out there. You understand what I'm saying? When you get down in history, because it's even deep, even like your mother, your father, your grandfather, and all of that. You feel me? And especially like a lot of old school jokers, like from the 60s and shit like that. You know, a lot of them motherfuckers really still got their slave mentality.
No, why did they have it? Now, you speaking of the baby,
I mean,
the baby boom talk.
They damn near, they real shit. They damn near like
Step perception.
Like that.
You know what? You know what? People don't
I'm gonna get you. They gonna get you.
Listen to me.
A lot of them.
As you go through an educational system, you're being brainwashed to be obedient to European.
See, that's what I'm
right now. The key to war. If you go into war, America, I've been in the service. When the United States go to war, first they become your friend. Then they share their daughter with you. They ain't telling you what they up to. They get all your information and then they attack.
Now, I think that is important. It's like when you're speaking of the baby boomers. Yes, there's some pain that's there.
That's how they roll.
Also, and within the pain, there's got to be some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of self
And healing.
And my thing is you can't call yourself an elder and not share wisdom to educate the youth if you're still hurting. You're still hurting because you haven't let go, and you're still trying to find some type of deodorant to clean up whatever happened 30, 40 years ago. That time is over. I have a parent who just like that. He still holds on to the past, And my thing is, what about the future? Your pain is the foot that holds me back and the family back from elevating to us being greater. Because you keep wanting to talk about your pain that we have nothing to do with.
I can see that point.
Yes,
That's a very great observation right there.
So until you sit there and say, you know what?
I think because I think that's more like that whole like what I got to do with slavery. I wasn't there.
Forget the past.
Yeah, but it's deeper than that, man. Because I see where a lot of motherfuckers be going.
But you
with that
can't
shit.
stay stuck. You can't stay stuck. You have to know your history.
forget
But
the
you
past
can't
also
stay
forget
stuck.
the
And
present.
that's what a lot of them have done. They stay stuck.
So you don't want to sit there.
This country,
man, I was a slave.
this country,
Exactly.
You got to really move. You
control
got to stay in the game. You got to keep moving.
everybody.
You know what I'm saying? You can't sit stagnant.
the reason
Exactly.
for this, first you got to educate a person to be dumb. Once you educate them to be dumb, it's hard to come back to get smart. You understand? We are European. They won't say, they'll say we black, Afro-Americans. You're born in this country, you're European. Period.
Europeanized.
Right.
Europeanized.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Period.
Europeanized.
Here's what happens. We want to get along. We want to be fair. This is our nature. They know this. You don't know it. This is our nature to be fair, to be gentle, to be kind. You know? Also, it is our nature to go to war. But how you kill a soldier, how you kill a warrior, you re-educate. And you take that power away from them.
As y'all was saying earlier, just like in war, the prize is the booty, which is the woman. So they take the women, they train them up. Train them up. The women going to train the children. And
You see,
it's
you know
like,
what? That's
and
the
you
beef. You know that's the beef with Italians. That's the beef with Italians and black people. A lot of people don't know that. You feel me? From the days of Hannibal history, where he
talked about that
invaded
earlier. That's
Italy
right.
and all that shit.
You know what's the
and
most-
stomped them out and
Right.
took the women.
Right.
So a lot, especially Sicilians, because with the Italians, and Italians beef because Italians, Italians and Sicilians got their own beef too. The Sicilians and Italians, because they look down at the Sicilians because they like, that's where the mob comes from. Like, that's that nigga blood. That's how the Italians look at Sicilians. Like, that's that nigga blood. That's why the mob and all of the gangsters really came out of Sicily. And that's where Hannibal really went, boom, invaded that and took the women and bread and all of that shit.
Damn, huh?
Exactly. Remember, that shit is funny and shit.
Well, you
When
know-
they try to stick with us black people.
Well, you know, one of the things, and Watson, you alluded, this is, I think this is super important when it comes to war. The purpose of war is to take the purpose of war is to take the other country's natural resource.
No.
Whether it's
The
gold,
purpose of war
silver,
is to
sugar.
control the massive people.
You can control the masses, but in midst of controlling
That's what war is. Once you control the people, you got the country.
But in the midst of controlling the masses, you will still want to take their natural resources.
I think that's what they wanted to
you want,
say.
what you want to take their sugar, you want to take their crops.
This
You
is
wanna
why
take
you
their
got
food.
3 countries will never allow the United States into their life. 3 will never allow because they know the nature of us.
You talking about Korea?
And if you live in this country, if you lived in this country 15 years from the time you was born in 15 years, you supposed to know this country too. But because of your European blindness, that means education, your European blindness, right, you can't see. So we battle at each other. We get jealous, envy, and greed at each other. Our own people. But we don't, if that man down there kicking, a white man down there kicking a brother, you gonna say he must have done something. But if a brother kicking a brother, you say, fuck that nigga. Huh?
Look, that's the same way.
You train that way.
That's the same way that this
Like
real
that?
shit.
Looking nice,
There's no way in hell, right? For a hot summer night. You hear me? Look,
Yeah.
look, there's no way in hell on a hot summer night, right? That I can walk Jones Square to Curry Woods without getting some shit, right? When Bird is born, that Jew, that nigga is walking up and down at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And there's no way I'm telling you, I guarantee you, anyway, you walk from Jones Square to Curry Woods on a hot summer night, and some shit gonna get you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you best
When
believe
Bird is
that.
born, that Jew be walking up and down that motherfucker, niggas. You hear me?
They walk all avenues.
You walk all avenues.
I'm like, nigga, I've been out there.
And that's not just, that's every nationality on this planet respect the Jew. Like, I know why they respect the Jew, because they stay in tune with their nature.
Not only that, they got power.
Power.
For 11
They
years.
They rule.
Yeah, they love the bullshit. Well, one thing, yes, do they purchase power and politics? Yes. Do they purchase power in the communities? Yes. And
You know what is power? Property, money.
well, that's what
That's they buy.
but that's a natural
They'll
resource.
buy and sell it back to you.
That's a natural
You
resource.
understand?
The fact that they can flip it, and well, that's if you think about
I did that back in the day.
that's with the Rockefellers, the
Oh my God,
Sears,
even the
bootlegging. Bootlegging was with the Eisenhowers, the Rockefellers, the Sears and Roebucks when they created the malls back in the 20s. That was the bootlegging era, even the Kennedys. So you have that bootlegging mindset that you can resell also, and also you was pretty much seeing how there's levels to it.
Listen, 2 weeks ago, a guy walking in Mississippi, he's walking his daughter to school. The dog jumps the fence. To protect his daughter, he kicks the dog. He's serving 5 years in jail, and the dog got treated. You see, listen, what we fail to see, oh, that's wrong. No, that's European.
No, that's what he
It's
is.
not wrong. Hey, animal is more important than you.
That's Peter.
The animal is more important than you.
Michael Vick with the job for 3
Hey,
years.
brother, you know what Peter is, right?
Yeah.
What?
I ain't gonna say it on this.
No, not that type of Peter, bro.
It's,
Tell what Peter is. I think he didn't know. Yeah.
I forgot what the actual
They
name was.
take care of like animal cruelty.
Right.
They talking
Right.
about Peter, the people that go around throwing paint on people's coats and shit.
Okay, but listen to
The
this.
people for the animal rights.
Right, right, right,
It's
right.
called Peter. I think
Right.
it's Peter.
Right?
Right.
It's
Peter.
Peter.
Now I'm gonna show you.
It is.
They got
They
more
want to
care for
destroy the
animals,
damn
but yet they
fur
in
coat.
cages.
I said they
Right.
do that
right?
shit to my
And when
brother,
they're
I'm going to jail.
encaged,
They come and throw some things.
brother, go to the museum, the zoo, whatever. When they're encaged, touch them, and you will go to jail. You understand? That's how they respect their animals more than you. You are not even human. Ooh, come on.
Ain't that something? That's
You understand? You can sit in the same room with them. This is what they saying, and you can't hear. We'll pacify the nigga for a little
the
while.
ethical treatment.
All right, we're gonna give them
There you go.
60,000 a
People,
year. Right? Hey, Jenny.
for the ethical
Yeah,
treatment of
Dad.
animals.
Yeah.
That should be there.
You know, suck the niggas cock.
Because they will walk up to you and
You
throw
know,
paint.
Europeans are powerful
Right.
people.
They do
They
that to me. Guess
smart.
what? They do that.
You ain't that smart
I know that's right.
to deal with them. Hello? Hello?
Brother shot.
Hey, my man. Hey.
That's Peter calling. Peter, that's
Right.
what I'm
Hey.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
flip phone.
That's a he got a is that a flip phone, brother? Brother, flip down. He's got. Hey, brother, hold up. Rob said, "Don't start your bullshit."
Listen, let me explain something to you. If you in this country, you at war.
Yeah, that's a
You
fact.
at war.
That's a fact.
You understand?
Well, so-
And
I'm trying to
a
find
lot of
out.
guys don't even go into school. Men who got children don't go into school to find out what they teaching them.
Well, that's what sociology or sociology.
You understand? And while when they leave school, you can spend 2 hours with your son or daughter and educate them.
Well, see, that's the thing with this conflict.
Because you got to go with the same program to re-educate them. After they leave school, they got to be
that's
re-educated.
what all
But
the
look, right,
conflict is.
everybody-
Conflict with
Huh?
self,
That's where-
conflict with people, conflict with society.
That's why I was starting
conflict,
that.
Yeah.
Where it
Like,
started at,
like,
because I
you
was
had a
like,
different
my
conflict.
wife was mad, right? Because they didn't have black history in school. So I'm like, she don't need that bullshit.
No.
Because the only thing they gonna give them from that school is that, look, it was in the jungles, then they took you on a slave ship,
Yeah.
and then they put you on a plantation, then
That's
people
right.
hustled you up from south to the north. After they did that, abolition helped you, and then you was on the fucking boat, the bus with Rosa Parks to the Martin Luther King. Then once they finally freed you from slavery, they pulled the 70s scam with the welfare, then the 80s with the crack, and you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This a whole
And you can look at it this way. Look at it this way.
So this is what I was saying now.
The
right?
Jews got their own school.
Is
They
that-
educate their own
is
children.
that it's more,
right?
more shit with
Learn
building pride.
from the
Learn
man in the
more
black coat.
uplifting people, right?
Don't hate him.
That educate, like history
Learn
that you
from
can
him.
get aside from
Because
that
he
slave
knows
shit.
this country
Not
better
to get
than
stuck
you.
on that shit.
Everybody said,
But to find
well,
out
Hitler
history,
woke
you know
up
what I'm saying?
and realized they didn't own nothing in
You
Germany.
see
You
what
know
the
why?
Jews, all of that
'Cause
shit.
the
Like,
Jews
for people to really like to get that history.
I think
Now,
I think
you
the
in a
history- I
country
think
that's
the black
yours and
history
don't
that's
have nothing,
important
what you
to
gotta
learn.
do, fight to get it.
I think the black history is important to learn is redlining.
They
Bus-
call
busing.
Hitler a butcher. In Ethiopia, they shot down 2,000 children that was marching with signs. And you watched it on TV and didn't say shit.
Yeah, redlining like the property.
Huh?
You can't live
These
there.
are your children.
Right. So I think that's important.
So it
because
shows
if
you
look at now,
if they could kill your child
black ownership,
and you don't say nothing, who's in control?
So, and the reason why it's at an all-time low is because people are afraid to sell. They figure that if I sell a house to a black person and a
You
white
know what?
neighborhood,
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
find
bring the
out and I'm
property
gonna
value
get you back
down.
later.
Right, don't worry about it.
And then if
No,
people,
I
if a black
ain't worried
man
about
try
that.
to
I'm gonna be
resell
up
that
in
home,
peace too.
right? There was
But-
this is
Oh no, I'm going to bingo today.
Black woman was trying to
Takes my address to bingo.
resell it, right?
Oh, you want to go to bingo?
So pray for
time to start?
person.
The one's open up at 3, but it starts at 5.
Yeah.
And you can
So
make some
what she
money.
did, she called her white co-workers to come there,
It's an
Put the
Edison
white
now.
face in front.
and they took down all her pictures.
Okay, it's an Edison. I'm telling you, it's an Edison. I got a dollar for you. I got a dollar.
It's about 10 of those stories right there with the put the black a white face in front.
I take
They
you
try to
guys
sell
up
the
there.
property,
I'm gonna
right?
go
And
back.
everything changed.
Right, so they
You see that a lot
so
on-
that's I think that's super important when you talk about black home ownership because that creates a certain level of wealth that you can pass down.
Yeah.
When you talk about the pay scale that black women may say in the workplace that I'm not getting equal pay for the jobs I'm being asked to do.
Yeah.
That's important because you got to understand about how that has been triggered for you from the 80s and the 90s, and now that all you got these women that are in high power positions, but now they're not being paid to their counterparts. That's the problem. So you got fair pay, and pay equity is super important. As strong as Black
But
history
you notice
is, Black
that,
history don't tell you that.
every time when I'm talking about history, you always get back to financial literacy, basically.
Because my
in a
thing is,
nutshell,
what
right? But what I'm talking
how does you want to say
Because
Black
that's
history.
where he
What
was
is-
educated at.
Well, how does
That's as far as it goes.
when you talk Black history, yes, you can learn about all the things
Some
that
real
happen.
shit in the barbershop,
But
right?
how is that?
You get no
like,
better
all the
than
stuff that's happening like in the 1800s, the 1700s, things of that nature. But how is that benefiting you now in the 2000s?
Alright, now this is what I'm saying now. It don't just start like that, like it's going to learn that today and it's going to do all this amazing shit for you, right? I'm talking about when you coming from here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Real shit.
You see the way motherfuckers move and how motherfuckers treat each other and how motherfuckers carry on the streets, right? Right? Like I said, that
I was waiting for you to get on that topic.
not real shit, because like I said, the Jew can walk from Journal Square
What?
to Curry Woods any hour.
You better say that, boy.
And on a hot summer
You-
night, that's real shit.
You-
On a hot summer night, and man, you tried that shit. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, right? I ain't no slouch. I done got busy out here. I done played with the gun, the fight. I done did all that. But I can't walk from Square to Curry Woods without some shit happening.
Yeah,
Right?
true
So
that.
what I'm saying now, that's some shit that's going on with the
Within.
image that black people got for each other. What is
Right.
this, right?
Self-hate.
It's some type of self-hate shit
It's
going on.
self-hate.
Right? And I think that comes from
Back-
the fact that
Slavery.
Look,
embedded.
the history tell you nothing except for you a savage.
Word.
Right? The history tells you nothing. The history that they got to offer you
Right.
is that you've been nothing from a savage from the beginning to the end.
Right.
Right? Every movie, how many slave movies you gonna have?
I know. I don't
Right,
even
yeah.
watch it no more.
How
I
many
don't even watch
Yes,
it
of
no more.
course.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you
But
this.
that's
Do you think jealousy is a taught behavior or a learned behavior?
Jealousy is a taught behavior.
I think
It's a learned behavior. You learn how to be jealous.
Yeah, you're taught.
What happened?
That's a two-handed blade right there.
It is. It really is.
Learn and taught.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'm saying, right? Because you're saying, like, what's the importance, what's the relevance, right? Because, like I said, it's not having love for self, right? And not, you really knowing yourself, right? So being that you don't know that you was something more immaculate, something, you understand what I'm saying? Something powerful, something beautiful, something smart, something, you feel me?
Something great.
Prominent, something great. You understand what I'm saying? It's nothing, you feel me? That's what I do.
So
I
let-
kick
so-
shit
so
over,
let
I
me ask
punch
you-
old bitches.
let me ask you this.
I'm a nigga this, and I'm
Let
a
me ask
nigga
you a
that,
smart
and I'm
question.
fuck,
Let me ask you a smart question.
That's where that, no, real shit, that's where the attitude comes
Came
from,
from,
right?
right.
Hold on one second, give me one minute, I see what I got you.
Take three. Take three. Take three
But
minutes.
what I'm telling you is, right? You got, you feel me? Because you got to figure, right, coming up, right? You got all of the teachers, everybody that's educated, the smart ones, is your white teacher. And a female majority of the time.
Oh.
Right? The one that if you do something bad that's going to punish you, it's going to be that white cop. Right? When you got to go in court, it's going to be there, the white judge. You got your one or two, like, you got your white judge. You understand what I'm saying? If you good when you little, the white Santa gonna come and give you stuff.
Oh, you better say
So
that.
when you dealing with black, what good shit that you dealing with black? Now look, like real quick. Now that whole 70s shit was deep what they did with the welfare. Like, boom, look, this nigga ain't got no job. You got all of them kids, right? I'm gonna give you some money now for the kids and your free house and your section 8s and all of
But
that.
he can't live
But
it.
if you got this nigga here now, you can't get that.
Isn't that something?
Right? So get
Isn't
him
that
out of
something?
there. Get him out of there.
Isn't
So
that
off top, the little motherfucker already know this nigga here in the way.
Right.
She lose respect for him and all of that shit. So now that's the add on. You understand what I'm saying? So where are we decent at? Where are we good at? When we start looking like a Santa? Or look, and then you know that Jesus motherfucker, that white Jesus that they shoved them motherfuckers since back when is a motherfucker. So what I'm saying is at the end of the day,
He
you're
know
not
what he
really
talking about.
nothing but a savage at the end of the day. If you follow the history that's been taught here. Because nothing you ever got in that school told you anything beyond that slave ship. Your life,
Exactly.
everything about
Started
you,
right
Yeah,
there.
it started
Slave
right
ship.
there on that slave
Right?
ship.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying now, if at one point they got a little deeper and broke down Cleopatra, right? Or even broke down the real Jesus, or got down to Mansa Musa, or Queen of Sheba, like all these prominent people that they, you know, they doing a lot of rubbing out, and even with the Egyptians and shit, Egypt don't got nothing to do with black people.
Scratching us out.
Egypt ain't got nothing to do with black people. That's the heart of civilization. Egypt is went on to teach every motherfucker too, taught the Romans.
Yo, he
taught-
good, he
These
good.
motherfuckers literally was
And you know what?
You say you know about Marcus Garvey? Right? Marcus Garvey really taught that shit strong. He taught that shit strong. That boom, these motherfuckers was actually living in caves, man. You feel me? And eating out of motherfucking skulls and shit like that.
And
They
sleeping
was
with
living like
dogs.
animals and sleeping with the motherfucking animals.
And was getting impregnated by dogs.
That's the science of the Sphinx. You feel me? The human head over the lion with the wings.
That's why they close to the
because it's the mind controlling all your savagery and the animal behavior. That's the science of the Sphinx. So what I'm saying, if you really got all that education, you know more about yourself and be more proud. And you feel me? You know black is the thing to be, and you'll move differently.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got niggas out here calling everybody bitch. I mean, he
Yeah.
niggas killing a motherfucker like that
Yeah.
for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because they ain't no value of life because they ain't really coming from
Yeah.
it. They savage.
All right, what you got to
So
say
if
to
they
that?
follow
What you got to
this-
say to what you just
So
heard?
here's my question, because everything you said was super important. Everything he said was definitely, you know, speaking of like of a time that was super important. I think my question will be to my brother over here will be, and I think this is the most important question. As much as that history that you spoke on in the
I
past,
want to ask a question. I just want to ask one question.
why? I think that's important, but most people don't even know about their own family history.
You said they don't know.
I would say they don't know because they don't
The
know
immediate
about
family,
their
right?
immediate family history. They don't know about their cousins who live in Arkansas or Alabama.
They don't know.
They don't know. So before we even go and worry about ancient history, know about your family history. Know about your family legacy. And then you can start from there from the respect. Know about your grandfather, great-grandfather. Know about them first before you even seek knowledge on older
So that
generations
even
that
goes
are
to
older.
say, why even get into Moses? Why even get into David, Jesus?
Liars, jokes.
All of them.
All of
Don't find out about your immediate family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel you on that. I feel you on
That's
that.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying,
Who their
right?
cousins are.
If your grandfather, look, if you was a bullshit nigga, your grandfather was a
Ain't
bullshit
shit.
nigga, and this was a bullshit nigga, it don't matter.
But
That's
that's
what
what
it's
but that-
all
but
about.
it does
Saying-
matter.
Same
So
thing.
look, check. That's what I'm saying.
Listen.
History is very
Look,
important.
if you messed up,
the same slave
let me
shit.
show you how life is. If you messed up on religion, the Bible 522 years old. The Quran is almost 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
But yet you follow that Christian Bible that was given to you while they was whooping your ass.
See, and that's that was actually
And it's not your religion.
No, y'all cannot debate religion. Let me tell you something.
I ain't begging the reason. I'm
Now,
telling
woman's
the truth.
but you
perspective.
can't
You can't
say,
debate
but you
religion because
can't
once
say
you enslave
the Bible
mind
is what.
to the Holy
But the Bible is not
it's
the
over.
same. Brother. Let's
Because you
listen.
can't just
Let's
hit
one
a pod.
thing. Listen.
Let's hear the
Your
woman.
man apart is
Let's
You
hear
God.
it.
cannot.
I'm not going to
you
argue with you
can't-
because you're a woman.
Listen,
You the
I don't
destruction
care
of our
what you
nation.
say. I don't care what the hell you say.
You the
You
destruction.
cannot impose your belief about the
I
Quran
never
or the
said-
Holy Bible.
I never
No,
said-
the way
see
you
how
said
you
it.
check.
The way you
I
said
never
it.
said
Listen,
nothing.
the way you said it. The way
Believe
you
it.
said it.
The way you
said
took it.
No, the way you
Don't
said
touch
it.
that religion.
You
The way
said
you
that's
took
my
it.
point.
Don't touch the
Because let me tell you something. The bottom line is this. Your belief is your belief. My belief is my belief. I would never impose
I
my
never
belief. What you
said my
said
belief.
was, what you said was,
Maybe.
that while they was
Your
whooping your
job is
ass, the Holy Bible
European.
was around
Attack that black man. You
531
attack that
years
white
ago.
man like that.
While they
Hold on,
was
hold on,
whooping
hold on,
your
hold on.
ass,
Good.
you know, they had given you the Bible, beating your ass.
Is that
the
true?
Holy Quran,
Is that true though?
The Holy Quran
What
was
happened?
around for 2,000 years. So basically what you're saying, the Holy Bible versus the Quran is what?
No, what he's saying is
I ain't-
even though we were
Give me
getting,
some
That's my
clarity.
we
point.
said
Give me
even
some
though
clarity.
though they gave us Christianity,
Okay.
they still had us in slavery and beating our behind during the time they was teaching us about Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, what brother said was,
No.
and what
I
he
I cleared it up for you. I cleared it up.
But you listen to me. Listen very
I'm messing with you,
carefully.
brother. I'm
Right.
not messing with you. I know
We
what
are
you're saying,
so
but you
screwed
got
up,
it.
right? We got ministers that is preaching something that is not us. You the God. Wake up, man. You the God. Not and if I'm gonna sit anywhere, whether it's church, temple, whatever, I'm coming with the book.
Yeah.
Because if you can't teach me from this book the way I've learned from this book, you ain't nobody.
See, now, check, man. This is some real shit right here, man. Now, this is what I'm saying when you get back to history again, man. So, this is why I'm telling you, like your grandfather and all that shit is cool, but you really got to get in depth to history because as time goes on, you can't just lay on the 60s and 70s and start your history from there. You got to get deep.
Deeper than that. You got to go deep.
Egypt deep, right?
Yeah.
Because as time goes on, they start to create a different history as you go on.
Right.
And
You know
see,
what?
Now, the shit that they popping the whole brother.
I just want to say
Hold on. That OG wanted to say something.
The shit that they popping out right now, right? The shit that they popping out right now, more and more, right? This shit is getting walked out. Weird and weird as you
Eventually,
go, right? I don't know who homo or I don't even be saying this shit right because we ain't supposed to say faggot or dyke.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? LGBTQ and shit, right? So everybody that's LGBTQ,
just call it
right
Solomon
now,
and Gomorrah.
right? That shit is
say it again.
That shit is starting a whole other skill, right? Because that's Solomon and Gomorrah.
That's what it is.
And look, this is where that shit get deep at because it's gonna be a whole nother history starting right there. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't go with like the recent history. You understand what I'm saying?
Hello?
Because when I say that shit is distorted, that shit is distorted. Especially if you start leaning towards the Bible.
Right.
Now the Bible is a motherfucking spot.
Yeah, I'm here.
Every man. Now the Western civilization got motherfuckers fucked up.
Yeah, I'm here.
Because and women don't like to hear this, right?
I'm here at
Simply because it's something like but women don't like to hear this because it's not one person in the Bible that had wives and concubines, right? Right? So Western civilization that turned into now you're a cheater and you're a cheater, but you're not cheating. What you're doing is you feel me?
In accord with your nature.
You make this nature.
It's
You
your
understand what I'm
nature.
saying? That's your entitled nature. That's what you do. And that's the reality of things. But Western civilization can turn it into a bad thing, right? But if you know how to take care of that woman and that woman and that woman and all of that, you just got that.
That's right. As long as you can
Let me.
Not that you really got wives, you treat them as wives, you treat them as equal, right? But that's a whole nother story. But what I'm saying now, they curse the shit out of you, right? Look, the average black man is a star right now. Check this out, right? Any entertainer, any basketball player, anybody that's a star right now, right?
Okay.
Let him have his wife and then fuck her and then fuck her. They gonna have him all over the news, right? But if he get out, now, right, and then the Bible directly show you and tell you that you can have as many wives as you want, as long as you can take care of them and treat them all fairly. This is what the Bible says, right? But now the same man they'll crucify him on TV if you look at they drag Tiger Woods because he fucking with you. Yeah. But now they crucified him. But check, the nigga Bruce Jenner came out and was like, I fuck boys. I'm like,
wow.
They celebrated him.
That's
People
deep.
Magazine
Elevated him.
Look,
That's true.
People Magazine named him the Woman of the Year.
Come on.
Sure did.
Manipulation like
Woman of the year.
Now the Bible directly tell you that's a no-go.
Right.
They burnt down the city that up to now. Nothing grow right there.
Not
That's
one
how bad
blade
this
of grass.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? But boom, they celebrate the nigga fucking the boy. You know what I mean? Like I like boys. What they say? You courageous, you brave.
Wow. Yes, sir.
You brave.
Yes, sir.
Man, I commend this guy. He's so brave for coming out and saying that he like to fuck boys.
Yeah.
But wait. I gotta
teach him shit like that.
Brother, teach him right now.
I want to go back to something y'all had said.
And I'm just saying this real quick though, but that's like the type of history they creating. That shit is alright.
That's okay.
Right now, the cartoons and everything.
Right.
But listen,
Niggas on TV more
everything.
than men and women.
But
Kids on TV. You know what I'm saying?
But going back to what you said, if you could take care of these wives equally, right? Now listen, when I used to be in security, I was in security for the Board of Education.
What's up, fam?
I was at 29 School for
That was you, bro?
right? So it was a parent, they were Israelites, right? Israelites, basically you have all these wives, they had two wives living in the same house. They created babies. One had 4, one had 5. So now we having a conversation. I'm bugging because I'm like, okay, what I know, one woman, one man. You know what I'm saying? You get married and, you know. Anyway, so I'm asking the man, okay.
What you know is a whole
saying that it's okay for you to have all these women and wives and create these babies. What about her?
Same
Can
thing.
she cheat? No, you can't. They don't want the woman.
It's called, what was it? It's polygamy, and what's the other one for women? It's called women having more than one man. What's that
What? A
called?
hoe.
No, it's not called. No, it's a word. It's philandry, something like that.
I ain't never heard
think I heard
it. I
some-
heard
yeah.
if a woman is sleeping with more than one man, she's a hoe.
Because
If the
they always
man
like
is
to-
sleeping
they
with
always-
more than
women
one
like to pull
woman,
that out.
he's a hero. What?
Women like to pull that out, right?
Right.
But I'm saying the reality is.
Pull what out?
They doing it in
I'm
secret
saying
anyway.
I can do it. What if I do it too? You understand?
But see,
What if I do it?
that's my thing right here, right?
You're not wired like that.
Listen, who?
They not
Me?
women not
Okay,
built
let me
like
tell you
that.
something.
Women not designed like that.
You wired
You
like
may
that?
think that. You may think that. But I'm
Let
saying.
me tell you
Now
something.
you get into the spirituality.
No,
Come on. Bring it, y'all. Bring it.
That's why Bruce Jenner is what he is today. The woman he was married to was with it. Won't you be like me?
It ain't no be like me. Because guess what?
Men get weak. Their weakness is not up here. Their weakness is below. And if
All right,
you have the weakness.
Okay, now, all right. My man had a question. You had a question earlier in reference to religion. I think
No,
what?
no, about the master plan.
About the master
in
plan?
Jersey City.
All right, go ahead.
When they closed down all these projects,
There you go.
and they sent everybody into Greenville,
Right.
they knew they was going to be shooting and killing each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
They knew it,
That's a deep.
so they could buy all the properties.
Yep.
That's deep.
Yes,
Master plan.
that was the master plan.
That's deep. Now, you heard what he said, Rico?
Well, that's what every major city, any major city, any major city, Chicago, with Florida, you put certain people in a certain area, proximity.
Yeah, but they closed down all the projects at one time
Yeah.
and sent everybody to
Somebody can
Greenville.
explain that to us.
I'm hoping that a generation.
No, they knew what was going to happen. Ain't no hoping. They knew they were going to kill each other.
What? There wasn't a hoe? Oh, what?
Oh, we got a sidebar going over here. What's good? What's good? What's
Hey, I'm
good?
like,
What's going
Hey,
on?
bro, this where you at, bro?
Yeah, what's up,
Yeah,
man?
bro.
How
I'm
you?
way up here, huh?
Because she
Yeah.
drinks
Now,
two nips.
now,
Two nips.
now,
They
even
start
though-
thinking she's self.
Who, huh?
Everybody know how to fight.
Drink two
Everyone in the
nips.
streets know how to fight, though.
Well,
The whole streets know how to fight.
See our history?
And guess what, y'all? I won't even knock him out, though.
You gonna knock him out? You gonna give him a pass?
I'll give him a pass all day.
now think about
I
it.
slapped her when she like 15. She's still carrying
And I
it.
still knock you fuck out. And I still, I back down because you smacked me.
That's why you smile.
But I back down because you smacked me.
No, you shut the fuck up.
No.
Matter of fact, you cried that day. I think you supposed to cry. Booker, you ain't cry?
Yeah. I cried that you smacked me.
When I slapped you, you ain't cry?
Hell no. Why would I cry?
Because it hurt, I guess.
He said, "Cause it hurt, I guess."
We're not supposed to celebrate that no more.
Niggas better slap Jesus. You get free.
You sound like a rapper now.
Yo, this barbershop is a mess.
Barbershop Chronicles.
That's history.
Now, you said what? The lady was a hoe?
What you say, Rob?
No,
Nah, what you
no. Explain what you said about the projects. He
I
didn't hear
was
you.
talking about the master plan of the white man
Yeah.
here in Jersey City. When they sent, matter of fact, they closed all the projects down, sent everybody to Greenville,
Yeah.
knowing that they were going to be killing each other.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fact.
I told you
because
with
you
that.
know what? And it ain't Jersey City, right? That's
All
Patterson.
over.
That
All
was
over.
Camden,
Right.
That was Elizabeth.
Right.
Because
Create
look at the
dissension.
project, they
Yeah.
start having their own thing.
Yeah.
Right? When
Yeah.
you let them out of there, now you feel me? They
And they
got
savaged it. It seemed
that
like they
shit happened.
savaged it because-
In Patterson,
Oh my
right
God.
now, look,
It's
look, all these little cities, they get busy, they fight niggas. But yo, Patterson, really, these niggas be murdering.
That's
Up
what
to
I'm
now,
saying.
have 3-4 bodies a day
Well, like
in
this
Patterson.
is-
Patterson going crazy. And Murphy's Park from motherfucking, I think like 9-4, 9-5. They closed Alabama projects down in Patterson. And niggas been warring from 95 to right now in Patterson. It don't be getting that, it don't get that
Exposure,
that
immediate.
exposure,
Right,
right?
immediate.
But Patterson like Chicago, man.
But they
Yeah.
said Camden too.
Camden is definitely-
They did
Camden
Camden too.
But this is,
But
but
what
this,
if
but
because
this
of
is
that
the part
project
of the
shit,
state.
shut that
This
project
is
there,
the part of the state of New Jersey.
Patterson been going crazy ever since then. Where is it
Every city had the opportunity to be just like Brooklyn. What made Brooklyn revamp was when they took the New Jersey Nets out of Newark and moved into Brooklyn. It changed Brooklyn. Now, people from New York City want to move in Brooklyn. Brooklyn has been now,
It
it's
changed
a
Brooklyn to
it's a
what?
hipster area now. It has, like, you got Whole Foods, you got all these, because they moved the Brooklyn Nets there. When and that's why out of East Rutherford, out of Secaucus or Rutherford, whatever it's called.
I see what you're saying, but that's like Jersey City.
Remember when they put it to North and to build a Prudential Center?
Yeah.
They put it to build a Prudential Center to build money. And if you look at everything about the Prudential Center, broad and market is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
So clearly, when you bring certain things that brings equity into an area, they can build that up. So if they would have brought like the Nets here, they would have changed the vibe in this area here.
Yeah,
They would have
nice.
brought that's the Patterson.
All
They would
right.
have changed the vibe.
All right,
They would have changed the vibe about being in Patterson.
Yeah.
So you have to bring in some type of commerce that is like a booming commerce. That's why people want to go to Brooklyn, because they look at that like, wow, yo, we go to Brooklyn, we go to Park Place. Oh no, we go to Shake Shack. Oh no, we can go down. They built Dumbo about and create a waterfront based off what they did with Park Place in 2010. So we have a waterfront here in Jersey City.
So what that really got to do in comparison with what he was saying about the project smoke?
Because the thing was, there was projects. The place that they put Park Place was the old Jackie Robinson area. There was projects there. They knocked
yeah,
those
he looks
projects
nice.
and moved
Very
people out.
handsome.
All the people that
Right.
were older and stuff were worried. It was like, we're not gonna have a place to live and everything. That area doesn't have any violence and stuff now.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a question? I just have one question.
Crown Heights.
She got a question, y'all.
I
She
have
got a
one
question.
I have one question.
But look at Crown Heights.
Look,
I'm from Crown Heights. It's much better than what it
I'm
was.
from the Bronx.
Brooklyn's still getting busy.
Listen.
Right? The Barclays Center, all that area, everything cool. Park Slopes, all of that shit cool.
Carroll
Brooklyn's
Gardens.
still Brooklyn.
Can I ask
Oh,
one
like,
question?
if you're looking at, you talking about like Brownsville, yes.
Yeah.
But only
I hear you, Rob.
Brownsville. But like if you look at Crown Heights, you got a lot of white people. Like Crown Heights is mostly, you can see a lot of Egypt. You get like Egyptians. You get the West
Crown
Indians,
Heights
West
Jews.
Indians.
90% Jews. Period.
All right,
Only on Eastern
I'm in
Parkway.
Brooklyn.
Only on Eastern Parkway.
No, they control Brooklyn.
Yeah, mostly Eastern Parkway they do.
Listen, I got a question.
Oh,
How
Barbara
do you
got a
feel
question.
How do you feel about a black queen, like your queen? Oh, yeah, you love black women?
That's all I love.
But
That's all I love. Because when I go to war, I want to make sure she got my back.
That's right, that's right.
That's what I love my woman.
I'm just,
Now,
She a real
I'm
warrior. She a real warrior. Black woman is a real warrior. She gonna have
She's
your
a
back.
soldier.
She
She's
gonna
a
have your back.
soldier.
Absolutely.
Even against her man, she a soldier.
Hey, yo, it's just joking,
You
right?
gotta knock her ass
You listen to
out.
Kevin Samuels? Hey, yo,
Oh, I do. I
You
can't.
listen to
I don't
Kevin
like
Samuels?
him. I don't like him.
You
He is.
you listen to Kevin Samuels?
He's on
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Samuels, you listen
He be
to?
going in
He's a
though.
hot ass.
He go in.
I'm 50-50.
I'm 50. Yeah, I agree with him on some stuff, and I don't agree with him on some other stuff. You know what I mean?
Majority of women, you gotta be really, really there. You feel me? And be
Bro,
ready,
what's
and
really
be ready to face reality.
What's really there?
I
When you say
don't
really
think
there,
it's
what's
all
When
really
I
this-
say
I don't
that,
think-
be ready to accept the truth and
Right.
look at things for what it
Who
really is.
Right.
is?
No, just the reality.
Reality of
things,
stuff, yeah.
man.
Because
Yeah.
that man is very disrespectful.
But hold on. Okay, look.
How you
I think he
think-
just up
Let me
front.
tell you something.
I think he's straight up.
No,
So
he-
sometimes straight up means
Right.
people take that as being disrespectful.
No.
You know what I mean?
Pooh,
'Cause-
you knew
go ahead,
me for a
listen.
long time. Let me
Right.
tell you something.
Right.
You can get a point across,
Yeah.
or you can be respectful
Yeah.
by getting your point across.
Alright.
Some people, you have to break stuff down in layman terms.
Yeah.
Some people don't understand. And yes,
What did he say that? What did he say?
What he said was, yeah, that
when
was
they, oh my God, no,
disrespectful.
it's not what he said. It was
How
how,
he
he
said
was
it.
saying it to
So
the
it's
young
tough-
lady.
so he said
He
tough
said,
love.
listen,
His tone.
the girl was saying something about first of all, she was coming off crazy because she looked crazy. She had her own business. She said she made millions of dollars. Men were intimidated by her because of her finances. Okay, he was going
That's the
in
one
on
that
this
set
girl.
him off.
He was like, "Well, look at you." He basically was saying, "You ugly."
He kept
He
it.
said, "That's why you
He
can't
kept-
find
he
her."
kept it
This is what he
100.
said.
He was saying
This is what he
things
said.
that
This
most
is what
men
he said to
won't
him.
say
This
up
is what
front
he
to a
said.
girl,
This is what he
woman.
said, right?
That's all.
Okay.
And it's deep, but I be feeling him with this part right here. Every time when he just it's some simple shit.
That's why we said we're 50-50.
It's some simple shit that he do. It's some simple shit. When he said, rate yourself from 1 to 10
Right.
and don't use 7.
Right.
That 7 be really fucking the motherfucker up. Because that
yeah.
7
Real
really be
talk.
fucking. I listen to that shit every time. He be like 1 to 10, don't use 7. They be like, huh? Right. Somebody always say huh when you say that. When a motherfucker say huh, that's the beginning of the bullshit.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because deep down inside, they know they're not a 10, and most times they automatically use 7.
This is what I'm
So
saying.
they don't want to be a 6
Yeah.
or 5. They want to be
think a 7 is fair.
right. There you go. And that's real. That's real.
Money makes them a 7.
And the money makes them a 7.
Now this is what I'm saying. Now you see, this is where he get deep at, right?
Right.
This is where he get deep at. You said the money, right?
Right.
Now this is where he get to the high value man. This is where it's deep at, and it's real.
It's real.
Right? Because when it comes to the money, right? Everything with the man is money. Money.
Real talk.
But when it's coming to, I don't give a fuck if she got $1. I don't give a fuck about the money.
Right. We don't.
You
That's
feel me?
right.
So majority of the women, if you want a real nigga, that high value nigga,
Right.
your dollar ain't gonna do nothing
It's
for
your,
you.
it's your beauty, your intelligence, and all
Because
that.
nigga wants you.
Right,
You
that's
understand
right,
what I'm saying?
that's right.
So, but
Real
boom,
talk.
now on the other hand, boom, I'm high value. My dollar looking like this.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Boom, a woman want me. Right? So now I have options.
Right.
You feel me? Word
Right.
is born.
Right.
I have options.
Facts.
So look, now who really the prize?
Come on.
Right? This real shit. Like who really the prize?
Come out your face like, okay, but look at you.
What's wrong with
Look
that?
at your hair.
What's
Now,
wrong
Do
with that?
you not think?
Women, look,
at your
women,
mouth.
women come at men like that.
You're ugly.
He don't come that close.
But women come at men like that.
Look, he get
Oh
to him
my
like
God,
that.
that
But
man
Barbara,
is so
women come at men like that.
Kevin Sanders.
That man is disrespectful. I don't
Right.
like him.
Well,
But is he lying though?
I mean,
Woo!
wait,
Come
wait,
on.
wait.
That's right. Glad you 50-50 on him.
The young lady, the segment I'm talking about, because it really turned me off from even subscribing to it. Oh, well, I did subscribe
See,
to
it
it.
was
but I
that
was
chick.
trying.
It was her.
But listen, she came in with the mentality.
Right.
Well, I have a $1 million company, and she didn't look the part.
Yeah.
Okay. And she was just going in about, you know, I, this, that, thing, and talking to me to find a man, and talking about.
Yeah.
So now he's feeding off of her.
Yeah.
He said, I can't understand what you're trying to ask me here.
Right.
He said, where's your education? Like, how far did you get in school?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the girl was like, and da, da, da. And she was from the country.
Yeah.
So and then he followed up with something else like, okay, you say you got all this money.
Right, so
You
that's how
should've
she was
dug at
talking.
her.
That's how she was
Right, right. You should have dug at her because
Right.
that's how she was talking.
Right.
You got this money. You can't find a man. You have no children. No. He said you got 2 baby daddies. She done told him all her information.
Yeah, exactly. She gave
Because
it
he
up.
was dissing the hell out of her.
Right.
He
You
gave
got
it up.
2
He kept
baby
it real.
daddies. All right. Both incarcerated. Right. He said, now look at you. He said your weed is not
I'm
even
gonna
on your
prove a
head
point
straight.
about
Like,
woman.
Yeah.
oh shit.
This woman,
But he wasn't. Was he?
this
lying,
woman
though?
get in the
It's the
car.
way he said it.
Listen,
It's
listen
Sometimes
to
it's raw, but
this. This
he was
woman gets in the
honest.
car. She hits the truck. So I goes over. I see her hit the truck. I say, you know how to drive? No. I said, why would you get in the car? Huh?
Show you my head?
Yeah.
It just happened?
Oh, I
Just
know.
happened.
Now my car right there. She
wanna
can
come
hit my
here?
car.
No, she hit your car.
This one right here.
She hit the
She
truck.
hit it or just look gave the bump.
What's up?
You welcome.
Don't be nice now. Say what you was
The next
saying.
thing I'm about to say, we gonna-
Say what the hell you was saying. Don't be nice now. Say what the hell you was saying, bro.
The next thing
He was talking more shit than a little bit.
That's the next thing I was gonna do. Like, you wanna keep talking?
Real
We gotta
shit.
be quiet.
Yeah, we gonna get quiet now.
Let's go, Kevin. Kevin Samuel? You say you know how to drive.
You can't drive. That's what my friend said. My friend said you can't drive.
I didn't say that.
How you doing, baby? How you been?
How you
What
doing,
you call
right?
me, Miss Bad? Barbara.
She called you right home.
That's right.
Miss B.
Don't you take that and check your ass.
No, I know how to drive.
Yeah, but back to Kev. I think Kev is raw. Come on in, come on in. Yes, what's up, baby?
I need to
That man
my
is just
hair
disrespectful.
Okay, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, all right?
That's funny.
You coming back?
Disrespectful.
I think he becoming too. I think he becoming too clean.
Okay.
I'm not gonna warn
Alright.
you.
No problem.
That's what he said.
Let me know.
Man will
clean
walk
out his apartment and stuff.
Okay, no problem. Much love, respect.
What you talking
My
about?
condolences.
No, he kept it on the high value. He kept it on the high value.
I was-
It was real.
I was
It was real
embarrassed.
because she came in the door that she
That
was
man- I was embarrassed.
she came in the door like she's a pet room.
Right.
She got a business. She just started making over $100,000 a year, and he started getting like specific, like how long you been making over $100,000?
Asking hard
and She
questions.
don't want. Anytime I get a man, he want to have a part of my business.
Right.
And blah, blah,
I
blah,
saw
blah,
that
blah,
too. Right,
right.
right.
So the first thing that he started breaking down, like, all right, first off, you only in Carolina. Like, so you're not really like you're not really like in the city where it's
Right,
it was so far.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? Only in
right.
Carolina.
Right.
Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
kind of, I think he more puts it in perspective.
He put it in
right?
perspective, right.
And then again, that 1 to 10, without 7,
7.
how do you rate yourself? Right? Now check. Now this is the problem. Now how you rate yourself? Now the thing is, all that slick shit she was talking, she had no self-confidence. She had no confidence.
Right.
She started
I
talking about, well, when I have my makeup, he said, no, I said,
Exactly.
I remember that. I remember
when you
that.
wake up,
When you wake up, no makeup.
what would you rate yourself from 1 to 10,
Word.
not using 7? You heard me? When a nigga said not using 7, that fucking move.
Yeah.
Because that means you gotta shoot up to that 8,
Right,
or you
trying.
gotta get stand down on
5
that
or
6.
6.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that fucking
Because
work.
ain't no in between.
She
Yeah.
ain't had enough confidence in herself. She
Right.
had no confidence in herself like I'm an 8.
That's
Right.
Then
She
when you
couldn't
start
even
that Kelly Rowland shit, well, Kelly Rowland and Beyonce, they like 8, 9s. Well, me too. You feel me? I don't
Right.
know what you see from my perspective, and everybody did my she ain't had that in her.
I
You
know,
understand what I'm
I
saying?
know,
So
I
she
know.
would have stood down like, well, when I do my hair, I'm a 6.
Yeah.
And then after she started all that bullshit, this is why everybody got mad at her. This is why everybody got mad at her. Because once she started all that shit, the nigga was like, look, man, you average at best.
That's
Right,
You feel me?
right, right.
And
And
everybody
he
just
said
went
that
in.
I was done.
And he kept it real.
He was real. This
He
is what
kept
some
it
men
real.
would
Yeah,
think.
but
You know what I mean?
it's kinda
He's saying what most people would think.
And you're right.
And look,
You don't want it.
and look, most women would think that same thing about that person.
Yeah.
But they won't
Yeah.
say it out.
They
right.
won't say
That's
it.
what it is.
They won't
I
say it.
know.
He the type of cat, if you come in with the bullshit, he gonna give it to
He
you.
gonna
Right.
give it to you.
Well, he gonna give it to you anyway, because that's what he
Yeah,
did.
but she
He
came
is.
on there like the answer.
See,
She's
now,
certain.
now
But
he
see,
in the hustle. So,
which I think for as far as women, when women ask men to be transparent and
Right.
honest, and
They don't be.
and they're not transparent and honest.
I am.
Yes, you are. Now, let's say a man would have said, "Hey, babe, listen, you know what?
They not
Every
honest.
morning you wake
Women
up,
are not honest.
every morning you wake up, like,
What you mean women aren't honest?
Not honest. If you see a man you want to fuck, you gonna walk up to him.
First of all, I don't even.
A man will do it. A woman ain't gonna do that.
why not?
She gonna
Why?
want to take out the
Because
dinner.
that's just me. Look at me.
It's
I'm not
leading
gonna do
to
that.
one
No,
thing.
no,
in the end.
he ain't saying you don't have to do it or will you
Why
do
wouldn't
it.
I do it?
No, he's saying
Why
basically.
wouldn't I do it? Because number one, I have more self-respect for myself. Than a woman
Every nigga ain't
for
gonna
me
do
and
that.
say, I want to fuck you.
but you
So-
know that's how it flies spots like that. You know, Brazil is just like that. You went in Brazil, you really could.
If you come at me like that, trust me, I'm gonna shut you right down. Because first of all, when you come in at a young lady, you gotta come respectful. You gotta come respectful. Now most women, no, I ain't gonna say.
See, you
most.
going into
Some
European
women-
again.
I said some.
You
I
said
said some.
respect.
Some women have low self-esteem.
You've been taught
Some
European.
women, excuse
European
me.
women go to the bar and say, I want your cock.
Ah!
Simple and plain.
But see, brother, but see, this is the thing, right?
Simple
Some
and
women,
plain. Some women want a dinner, a dress,
listen,
a car.
listen.
For what?
Some women,
Let's finish.
I go-
some women,
Go ahead.
brother,
Go ahead.
listen to me.
Go ahead.
Some women, and it's so unfortunate, that they don't have enough self-respect or self-esteem for themselves to know their self-worth. Number one. Number two, I know of some that will settle just to say they got,
Let her
excuse
finish,
me,
let her finish.
just
Okay,
to
I'm
say
gonna
they
let you
got a
finish.
man. Like I said, and you knew me for a long time.
I didn't say
I've
a
been
man.
married, I've been divorced, I've been in relationships, but this is a choice that I chose to be single. Why? Because if
you wanna
go
do
back,
you.
I'm gonna do me. Exactly. Because guess what? If you come at me, right,
No.
me and you, what is it? If me and you getting ready to get into something, right? Because I give myself time to get to know somebody, right? Because I don't just automatically, oh, I want to get with him because he, no.
Why you got to get your time
Listen.
to get to know? You just fuck it.
No, and see, you
That
gotta
ain't what
want
you want.
more
That
for
ain't what you
yourself
want, though.
than that. Because guess what I might have did in my 20s and my
You ain't doing
30s,
it
I'll no
before
longer
the
do in my
50s.
50s.
Right.
So at the end of, my 20s, I'm 29. But at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, right, you gotta have more respect for yourself than to know
That has nothing
that
to
I'm
do
gonna.
with respect.
It does have
Sex
something to do
has
with
nothing
because
to
most
do
men,
with
some men, they because of these women that settle for what they, cause just to say they got a man, they put up with any of that.
Wouldn't it be easier
So-
to settle
Hell
and
no.
get married
You
and
sound
get a
crazy
divorce?
as
So
You sound crazy
so
as
you
hell.
saying you would never approach at your age now?
Right.
You would never approach a man to say, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you, get to know you."
No, you're saying some two different things.
No, this is
What? No, it's not.
No, he said straight up.
Yeah, that's something
He said it's the way
different.
you said it.
To go to a man and say, "Oh, I want to sleep with you," versus, "Oh, well, how you doing?" Because I go to people all the time. Hey, what's
But
up?
where is it gonna lead? Where is it leading? If you got this shit, you got to go into that bathroom. Right? Am I correct? If you want to have sex, why go through all that?
So
You just want to sleep with the person.
No, that's
That's it.
No,
I agree with
I'm
you.
not losing
I agree.
respect.
That's like
Listen to me.
foreplay.
If you want more, if you want more,
Respect you more. You just, you know what I mean? Yeah, crazy.
I'm with you on that one.
if you
wanna skip the whole
want
time,
more
you
for
wanna do the
yourself,
Matter of fact, you're gonna make that
if
bell
you
go.
want more for yourself, you're not gonna settle.
But what if she just want that?
But
What if she just want that?
But what does that mean?
What if she just want
What
that?
if you just want sex?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all her.
That's
But what does that
That's
mean?
all her.
But what
But
does
see,
that mean?
And it
this
doesn't
is
make
the
her
thing.
work.
It don't
No,
make her
no,
bad.
no.
Yeah.
This is the
Don't make her
thing.
whore.
And see, what you're leaving out is that I don't care what man or what woman. Anytime you get intimate with someone, there is feelings involved. A person can say, "Oh,
See,
I'm
that's
not
why
gonna-
we said
I'm not
earlier.
gonna-"
That's why we said earlier. Women and men are different.
Oh, yeah,
That's why we
absolutely.
said you
But
can't.
guess what?
You're not built
Call
like
me
that.
a man.
You feel
Call
me?
somebody
Because
called
some
me a
men
man before.
don't
They
have
said,
that.
Barbara,
Feelings
you the type-
involved.
Excuse me.
They just-
that's
They
what I'm saying.
said, Barbara, you will make a man knock your head off. I said, what? They was like, no, this is what he said, and this was his honest opinion.
Well, he approached you
He
wrong.
said, no, he didn't approach me.
I would knock your drawers
He was-
off.
He didn't approach your ass up. Shut your ass up.
I'm gonna make you go slap your man. Tell him, why you didn't do that?
What he was saying what he was saying was basically, right, because this is how I see it. And y'all can disagree, I don't care. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's why I was going back to, reverting back to that
Sounds good
conversation.
until them feelings get involved.
Excuse me.
That's a nice cliche. That's a nice cliche.
That sounds
What
good
you
until
mean
them
like-
feelings get
okay.
involved.
Well, my question to you.
You
My question to you.
ain't running to nobody like me.
Hold on, my question to you.
Let me tell you something.
No, that's right.
My question was, if you said if a
What you
woman,
want?
you said if a woman want more.
Hold on. Listen.
My question, you say you
If a
said,
woman want more.
if a woman want more, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that
What
mean?
that? Okay,
That's
all
not
right.
words.
I'm gonna say to me. I'm gonna say just for me. I'm not gonna speak to everybody else.
Okay.
My situation is right.
Yes.
I'm very independent. I'm
Okay.
retired from my job.
That's
right?
what all women
I
say.
don't need a man to come into my
Oh, God.
Excuse me.
Here goes the bullshit.
No, you didn't. Here come the bullshit.
The cliche. The words of cliche. The cliche. Here come the cliche. Another fucking cliche. Another term.
All right, here we go.
But what?
All right, go ahead,
I want to know
sister.
what.
Go ahead, sister.
When you say you want more, I want to get the.
All right,
She want
now
more.
put
Go
it
ahead.
like this. To sit under my table, you
Yes.
gotta come with a couple of plates of your own.
All right, what gotta be in the plate? What has to be in the
What
plate?
plate? Meaning, you gotta be established within yourself.
Gotta have some money?
Don't come there.
Gotta have some money.
Have your own shit to pay your own stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Right.
Now, you
Financially,
got
so you gotta be
some.
financially strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what
if
else?
I'm retired and I'm paying my bills, why would I want you to come in
Alright, so
and
you
just
gotta
lay your
find
bills?
What other?
Basically,
No, it's not
that's
only
more.
one.
That's what
only
more.
one.
That's
What
the
other place?
that's
What
the
other
plate.
place?
What other plate now?
What
We
other
talk about
plate?
the
What other
finance.
The other
What other
play is
plate?
you have to definitely, by no means be lazy. You
Okay.
can't be lazy.
Okay.
So
Okay?
as far as what?
You
That's
gotta-
what she went.
Job.
That's still money. That's still money.
Lift me up.
That's still money.
I come in from work.
That's still-
have a hard day.
See, that's
I
where
come in
women
and
get
say,
it.
You good?
Well, they're
You know,
always
what you
talking
doing?
about
You know what I'm
only
saying?
that.
Well, sit down. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Say what you doing. Because that's what I would do that to you.
Now, when
If
you
you're
said- when you
worthy,
said lazy-
I'm going to make sure my kids.
Now, when you said
Now-
lazy, I was thinking of like going on date night or going on vacation or going and travel or create something or
What you mean, lazy? No, you associating lazy with traveling?
yeah. Because if you're not a
No.
person who like to explore new things,
Right.
I think you're lazy.
Well, I'm talking on the aspect of
Job.
I like that.
Which is money, still money.
Ambition.
Well, that's the same thing. Ambition, like ambition.
No,
being-
but
But that's still money. That's
but
still
you
the plate. That's still that one plate though.
That's
we looking for the other plate. All right, what's the other plate?
What's the other plate? So you said lazy. You said
Just be the type of man that will build his queen. You understand? Be there to be there. And don't be in front of me and think that I'm gonna walk behind you. You on the side. Let's do this together.
So he has to have a mental.
You gotta level up. You gotta level up. I'm not saying he in a Fortune 500 company. What?
That's the problem with women is
They don't want to be.
Oh shit! You said that.
They don't want you to.
So look, everything is this. It's odds even. It's up, it's down, it's left, and it's right.
It's gonna be. It's going exactly. That's it. Somebody gonna leave. Somebody gonna leave. Either it's going to be the man or the woman. Bottom line.
You gotta pay the cost to be that boy.
Exactly.
So now you said
finance.
Now you said you gotta pay the cost to be the boss. So I can pay you to get behind me.
The whole
right. Woo!
Come on. Be the boss. I can pay you to be behind me.
Come on.
So what you telling
Come
me?
on.
Why you mentioning the cost to be the boss?
All right.
All right. Let me rephrase that.
Rephrase that.
Come on, man. They don't want. I hear what you're saying, but go ahead.
Look. They don't kill me with this neck rolling black shit.
Right?
Kill me with this neck rolling black shit. And tell me,
not on my watch. Not on my watch.
What I'm talking about as a man coming in, you know what I'm saying, filling that void. If it's a void, that's being filled.
So what?
That's a plate. What's the plate?
Yeah, but what plate? But Barbara.
Nobody's here.
Barbara, what plate? Hold on, brother. What plate does filling that void come under? What plate? What's on that plate? What's the intimacy? Is it mental stipulation? Is it
the whole realm?
That's so is it uplifting?
The point that I told you before. When I said, what's the problem?
In other words, Barbara. But look.
Get past the bills. Get past the car.
Right.
The food. Let's fuck.
You want to fuck her?
Selfish.
First of all,
and you go your way, I go my way. If I feel that it was good, I'm coming back. If you feel it was good, then we work something out.
See, Miss Barbara, okay. Now you didn't mention anything like
we both feel
this is a spiritual play.
You say spiritual.
That's spirituality.
But most
physically, emotionally, everything.
What about family?
We can always compromise.
But all men are not God.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I want to be over there. Then I don't have to accept that.
So, are you all?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So he asked her a question just like my man asked. He said, all those things you want in that man, are you that?
Absolutely. I am.
So you have a spiritual plate.
What? Let me tell you, I'm a very blessed person. Very blessed. I'm very spiritual.
So spiritual?
Yes.
Financial?
Yes, I'm good.
Intimacy?
What?
And land on your feet, huh?
What about emotional?
Listen, let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. It's sometimes, we are unfortunate to come into people that are not compatible with us, right? But it's a learning process. As we go and we learn each other, that's a process. You understand?
When I say emotional, I say like you don't overreact. You stay calm. You stay.
No, I don't stay calm. You know what? I don't say. Listen. If I come to you, listen to me. If I come to you, right, and we kicking it and we getting some things started, and I say to you, because honesty is a deal breaker for me.
Oh, not me.
Be honest with me.
I like lying.
Don't lie to me. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, you got women that will.
I'm like United States government. I'm going to lie to you.
You wasn't honest with me. Now she coming at me.
The worstest thing in the world for a person to know who you are.
You're crazy. You still don't know who people are. Even when you let me tell you something. When you first meet a person, you meeting their representative. So that's off the rip.
Oh, so why you got to have the truth?
Why?
So Miss Barbara, are you coming as a representative or yourself?
No, this is me.
But you just said when you first meet a person.
No. Listen, that's what you're supposed to have in your mind. You know what? I got to keep an open mind. Get to know this person.
$25 to get my hair cut.
That knows
me
Sunday.
as time goes, they'll tell you. I've
So
always
that's
been
my
the same.
fault?
I've never changed.
That's your fault.
Anybody that
I
knows me,
apologize.
no, I don't know how to be phony. I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to be none of those things other than who I am. This man knew me a very long time. That man knew me a very long time. Hey, bro.
Don't even mess with it. Yeah, just let it rock.
Hello?
Yeah.
Have I ever changed? Now,
No,
how
you
long
always
know?
been the same.
I've always been the same.
Always been the
So
same.
now my thing is, like I said, if a brother coming at me, I just want him to level up. He ain't got to be making $100,000 a year. He ain't got to have all of this. Listen, just come right. Don't come wanting to lay up and chill out on me and. You know, because like I said,
what do you
some
expect
women
them to
will
do?
accept what?
Like, okay, so you start dating, right?
Okay.
Let's say not 6 months into the relationship. What
Okay.
is your expectations during that time?
Okay, 6 months into the relationship, we should not be reverting back to
Have a good
the
week,
beginning
man.
of when we first
But
met.
what do you
We
expect?
should-
What are your expectations of that in 6 months? Like my expectation is,
Friend.
all right,
Peace.
we're working on like going to places and seeing new things. Let's say we want to go to a art show,
Okay.
jazz museum. Let's say we want to go to.
But you gotta be compatible with that person.
Right.
You know, you gotta be compatible. Like,
You gotta
just
make
because
sure
you like jazz,
Yeah,
I might
she
not
don't
like
like-
jazz.
right.
If I like,
gotta be
I like
honest.
house
I don't
music,
agree
you
with
don't like
I don't
house
agree with that because
If she don't
there's a lot of
experience
things like you could be in a relationship. I might like basketball and I could be married, but my wife don't like basketball. Don't want to go to a game.
Okay.
That don't mean we're not compatible. We could be our love language could be compatible on other
Yeah.
I
things.
mean, in
True,
other areas,
true.
I mean, you're not gonna. First of all, it's very rare that you'll find somebody that's really close to
100%, right.
100%. It's very rare, and it is a nice journey to learn someone. To build on learning someone. You know what I'm saying? If it's if it's in the thought, it's
I
gonna
agree
be
with you. I
it's
agree.
gonna be.
I don't know what I'm
However,
doing yet.
what I was speaking about was the fact that some women, unfortunately, they don't think enough of themselves
My
to
son
know what
grew
their
his,
worth
man,
is,
cut it off
and they allow
yesterday.
these things to happen to
No,
them
yeah,
with regards
all the
to
school and I cut it
disrespect,
off.
regards to cheating, and then
One
the
thing
first thing
about
they
D,
do,
it keeps
they
going.
go to the next woman. Don't
You ain't
come
gonna
at
stop
me
it.
with your
Yeah,
drama
I
with your man.
wish I
Go to
never
your
had
man.
one.
You don't know what your man told me. You understand? That's why I said honesty is the best policy.
Facts.
Be honest.
No.
Because next thing
Why-
you know,
Ain't nobody gonna
when you
be
say-
honest,
When you say,
period.
when you say, when
that's why I'm
Period.
single. Because of that.
so
Thank
when
you.
you say when a
This
man-
is what
say
you
when a
have to
man
get
cheats,
past.
No, I'm not. I'm good.
So have a man
A
cheated?
woman
has a man
ain't
cheated
even
before?
honest.
Ms. Barr, has a man ever cheated on you before?
Have a man ever cheated on me?
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't been cheated
Let me
on?
ask you what. Now, when
No, you
Am I
haven't been
bitter?
cheated
No,
on.
I'm not bitter.
when
You haven't been
ask-
cheated
when you
on
ask- when you ask
because
the
it's
woman-
just nature to have more than one woman.
That's his business.
No, it's
He won't
just
have
you.
me.
Women
He won't
can't
have me.
accept that.
He won't have me because guess what? I'm more than a woman. I mean, he don't need to go
So
out.
you ain't
so
enough.
Like
You
I
ain't
said,
enough.
So
Can you hang from the ceiling fan?
Now see, here we go.
when they cheated,
Can you hang from the
Let me tell you
chandelier
something.
though?
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. If a woman can get my
Okay.
man, he was
I'm
never
finna
mine.
get you now.
He never was mine. If a woman can get mine,
You
she never
believe
was
in
mine.
your religion, am I correct?
Okay.
Well, Moses had 26 wives.
Oh,
Come on.
Lord. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Abraham,
Listen to me.
12
Moses,
wives.
Abraham,
Keep
they can
going.
have
King Solomon,
all the
come on
wives,
in.
all the
Solomon.
wives they want to. They can have all the wives they
But
want
this
to.
is your
But I
belief.
would not be in that form.
You supposed to
that
be-
harem or whatever you
Yes,
want
you
to call
supposed
it.
to
I
be.
wouldn't be in that. Because guess what? What he do, I can do better. How about that?
Only because
He just
well,
got to
that
be
go
willing
back to
to
what you said,
accept
brother Dave.
the same
Into
thing coming back
polygamy.
to him. That's all
Your
I'm saying.
job might be just having the baby.
You're crazy. Yeah.
Oh damn.
We call
You might just be the cook.
we call that what the housewife. We call that a housewife.
Lady, my
I
haircut.
know that's what I'm getting ready to go to because they buzzing. Let me tell you something.
Barbershop Chronicles.
No, let me tell you something. First of all, a man can't handle, and I don't understand it. Tell me this. Why is it that you think that a man can cheat and it's all right, but when a woman does it,
I didn't
he
say
loses
nothing
his
about a
mind?
woman.
No, I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
consider it
I'm
cheating.
asking you a question.
I don't consider
Why
it cheating.
is it that men, they find it to be okay to have all of these wives, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it, but then when the woman come back with the same characteristic that they have, they can't handle it. They go into trying to kill a lady and stuff like that.
I can tell
What's
you.
that about?
I can tell you why.
You know why?
I have two reasons.
Okay.
First reason is because they look at you. They look at the woman like they look at their mother. It's like, well, my mother. If a man was to ever cheat on my mother, I would have hurt that man.
I don't agree with that.
Honestly.
I don't
That's
agree.
his perspective.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
agree
Like,
with that. Because first of
because a lot
all, if
of
you
men-
respect your mother, If you respect your mother, you wouldn't cheat on your
But
wife.
a lot of those boys grew up in a single family
And that's
home.
my point.
And so when they saw their mother get hurt, they said, well, if a woman was to ever hurt my mother, I would hurt them. So if a woman was to hurt me, I would hurt. And I don't condone that.
Listen to me.
I don't condone that.
Listen, my thing is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Listen, you know what?
Listen
why people can't accept the
you
truth.
cheat on me.
Listen why people can't accept the truth.
I'm cheating back on you. How about
Listen.
If
If you're a parent, if you are a parent,
okay.
right?
No,
Your child already caught you cheating.
But
that child
I
already
want to make
caught
you feel like you made me
But my thing is,
Period.
so you said you
Because
want
you
to
lied.
But see,
You
my
wasn't
thing is-
honest.
listen.
If you was honest in the beginning, if you would have said, listen, Barbara, I don't want a relationship. I don't want a connection. Let's just do us. Okay.
But that goes back to
No.
what Watson said. Like,
Okay.
I do all that just for sex. That was the same thing with brother
but
said.
you
Well, that's
got
what he
to
said.
be
You got to
able
be able to say that.
Same mentality
That's what
when
I
it
said.
come back to you.
But
I don't have a problem with it.
My thing is,
'Cause
let's
guess
say
what?
Barbara, you
That
did that.
gives
Let's say you got your revenge sex. You did that, and the man is not fazed by it. What was your purpose?
And he ain't getting no more anyway, so it don't even matter.
So you
it wouldn't even be cheating, really,
so you did
because you
something-
ain't getting no more.
so you did
Because
something
you
like
probably
that.
slept with a thought that probably got something going on in her stuff, and you ain't coming back.
So you did something, and your end game was nothing because
You know
got
what they
affected by
say?
it.
To get over one man, you get under another one. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, but the man,
Okay.
but the man is not hurt by it.
It's cheaper to keep them.
Huh?
It's cheaper to keep them.
No.
Yes, it is.
I don't agree with that either.
My thing is like, my thing is like, you just like, I'm a person. I move on. Like my history is like when
You faithful man? You faithful to your woman or your wife?
I've been faithful now.
No. Or you're faithful now.
I've been
So
faithful
you
now.
did cheat before.
I did in my 20s. Not in my
Okay.
30s.
But see, this is how old are you?
I'm 39.
That's how old my son is. Matt, well, he'll be 39. But listen to this. I'm a woman of a certain age, right? And that's why I say, what I may have done in my earlier days, I will no longer do in my later time.
Right.
Because life is too short for number one. Number two, right? Like I said before, if you give a person the option to say whether or not they're going to deal with that situation, give them an option. That's what I say, tell the damn truth. Either you want this situation or you don't. Just
No
be
one
honest.
in this
Just don't
planet,
say,
no
just don't
one
say you
on
want
this
it
planet
because
can
you want
handle
to
the
hump
truth.
on the person.
No one can
But
handle it.
Ms. Barbara, we just said that you just said like you didn't like Kevin Samuel because he was speaking the truth, too direct.
Right.
You can't say you want a person being direct, but then still in the same voice say
That's a
like,
good
No, no.
point. That's a
Oh,
good
yeah,
point.
and
Barbara,
listen,
you know
first
that's
of
a
all,
good point,
let's
Barbara.
be specific.
That was a good
Talk
point.
about
Tone.
Specific. That man wasn't specifically talking to me. I'm saying when he was talking to these
Got
women,
you.
he was being disrespectful. I'm talking about specifically
Right.
me. Be honest.
Gotcha.
Listen, let me tell you a short story. Okay, I know somebody, right? I knew somebody. They was dealing with somebody, right? This person did not tell this woman that he was married, right? So now the girl thinking, okay, because the way he was moving, you would never be able to tell he was a married man because he was being able to do what the hell he wanted to do, and it goes back to
Actually, that's none of her business.
oh shit. It is something. It is her business.
Bullshit.
It is her business. Why?
it ain't.
Because that man is sleeping with her.
Right.
He is sleeping with her.
And he
It
couldn't,
is her
let me
business.
just say this.
What?
He couldn't enter that door without her pulling him in. Period.
Or allowing
man.
it.
No reason
No, man.
why that should be a business because
Brother.
of the whole STDs and
Right.
all that stuff.
But
Yeah.
besides that, even big, but be honest. Like
Men
now,
have
do
to
you
go
know,
through that
you
door
got women,
with the open blessings
you got
of a
women,
woman.
You got
Oh, you
women.
ain't-
You got women.
According
that
to the
do-
law, if you break that door, it's what, rape.
It's rape.
Listen to me. You got stupid
That's
ass.
a new
You
law,
got
right?
people that don't even.
She
care.
didn't care
And
about
when
his marriage
Let
at
me tell
the
you
time.
something. I live a drama-free life, right?
Drama-free.
I tried to. Well, minus
No,
the neighbors.
nobody lives a
But
drama-free
I do,
life.
minus the neighbors. But you think I want somebody coming and scratching up my car, flattening my tire, busting my window because you lied to me?
Okay.
These girls are bananas over some of these
Yeah.
men. You understand?
That's true.
And I don't have time for that.
That's
That's
true.
why I said, be honest with me. Give me that option to say whether or not I'm going to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Deal with the fact that you got some. First of all, I'm not playing second to nobody.
well, see-
I'm not even
Well,
dealing with
Barbara,
nobody
let me
with
ask
a
you
loose
something.
ass kid.
When you go in the store to buy pants, you go in the waiting,
You said
dress
pads?
room. pants, or blouse. You go in the waiting room to try it on, right?
No.
What? You just
She just take it and go.
Yeah, sometimes
take
I
it and
can.
go. What if it doesn't
I don't
fit?
have a problem. You know,
Okay,
with my
let's
clothes.
say sometimes you do, right?
I said, you don't?
Sometimes
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. You said you sure enough don't.
Girl, you fitting it all right.
You know what?
You filling out all right.
He's trying to shorten it up.
No, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to try and get on.
no. But what I'm saying is this, right?
Okay.
In this European society, the reason I say that because we always got different ways. The key to stop breaking your heart, the key to stop getting hurt,
It's
the
to
key-
have more self-love.
Listen.
It's the key.
No.
Yes.
Go straight into the relationship. By the end of the day, you know whether you want to be there or not.
Like a damn fool.
You know, you got men out here killing women killing men because they didn't know.
That's
Because
why I said be honest.
well,
but not that they didn't know.
Honest.
They built their whole relationship off that one person.
right.
Like, but you made that one person your God.
Yeah, you're God. That's right.
Y'all crazy.
You made that one person your God.
Your God.
And now you're like, oh my God.
crazy.
Because
And
of
the thing
because
with a
they don't
woman
bust- because
is,
if they don't bust
I
the
don't
nigga,
care
if they
what
don't
woman
bust
she
the- if they
is.
don't
She
bust the-
always want to be your mama.
Because if they don't bust the
Always
true.
want to be
That's
your
not
mama.
That's not true,
They don't
because I
bust the
wouldn't
window,
want no
they
man
don't
that I gotta see his
start
mother.
drinking,
That don't even
start
sound
cutting
right.
themselves.
You're gonna try
Start
anyway.
smoking, get high, yeah.
It's your nature.
No, it's not. It's
Because-
not my nature to be
Because
my
you gotta
man's
be,
mother.
because self-medication is like,
It's your nature.
which is go to.
And look, Supreme, if you don't cater to their nature, this is what they say. You a mama's boy. You right. You right, because my mama taught me not to bow down.
And guess what? Guess what?
What?
I'm the
What?
same way.
And you taught your sons the same thing. 'Cause
I
I know
tried.
both of them.
So let me ask you, Ms. Barbara, let me ask you,
Listen.
Ms. Barbara, let me ask you a question. You say your son is, he's 38,
My son
right?
gets age, yeah, he's
So,
39.
so what did you teach him about relationships?
What you mean when I teach him?
What did you teach him?
Straight
Led by
direct
example.
question.
Led by example. When I was married, right? My son, when I got married, my son was.
He got married. And then he got a divorce.
Shut your ass up.
Hey, look. I got married. He got married. And then he got divorced.
And look, I respect him utmost. He got a divorce and took his child. That's a man.
My son raising his
You understand?
daughter. Yes, he is.
I
Yes,
respect
he is.
it. But he followed her example. That's how he ended up getting a divorce.
You know why? You know why? Because he know not to take nobody's shit. That's why he got the divorce.
Okay,
Because I ain't taking
okay.
nobody's shit.
So
I don't have to.
So, Ms. Barbara, so what did you teach him about relationships? Like, how did you?
Not to take no shit.
So, okay, besides that part.
Besides the bullshit.
Besides the bullshit, what did you teach him
Let me-
about?
let me-
What you
let me-
teach
all
him
right,
about
let me
a
put this
woman?
in.
A woman.
All right, let me
How be
say
careful,
this.
his tone,
Let me say this.
energy.
I'm getting ready to say this.
Women don't teach him that.
Let me tell you something. I'm getting ready to say that, sweetheart. I'm getting ready to teach him. I'm getting ready to tell you. Only thing I could teach my son at the time is how to be a productive adult through society. I can't teach a man, a boy, how to be a man. I don't know what it's like to be a man.
But you can teach
You know
him
what I'm saying?
relationships.
What?
You teach relationships.
I can
and
tell
how to treat a
him.
woman.
Hey, yeah, I can tell him. Listen.
Women know
Right and
automatically. Because she says to Daryl, that bitch ain't no good. Mess with her. Huh? And it proved to be right.
No,
Your mother will tell you.
Listen.
She ain't
Listen,
she ain't right.
listen
She ain't
to
right
me.
for you.
She ain't no
Listen to
good.
me. I have said to my son, listen to me. Huh?
You got a son 38?
Huh?
Yeah.
38.
Why you looking at her body like that, though?
Another one.
He looked up to down after you said that.
Those jeans.
I told you I'm Italian. But listen.
Got me
But
on.
listen.
They got me on camera because I said something.
So enough.
So
You gonna get it too.
Like that.
This will not be
But
televised.
listen. But listen. This is the thing, right? I can only teach my child or my son, or sons, because I have two. I can only teach them how to be productive young adults going through life. I don't know how to be a man. I can't teach them how to
So
be a
you
man.
can
That's
teach them
number one.
intimacy,
It's,
how to learn how
How
to
to
cook.
cook, how to
no,
serve
they
others.
know how to do that.
They know how to do
They
that.
know how to do. They watch me. I was a good mother to my children. You understand? No, I'm just saying. I was blessed when they were younger because I worked for the Board of Education. While they were in school, I was at work. When they were home, I was home. So I had it good. They had it good. You know what I'm saying? As they were growing up. However, What I taught my children was the fact that you treat people the way you want to be treated, number one. Number two, never, by any means, lower your self-respect, okay?
That's right.
For nobody. I tell my kids all the time, when people meet my kids and know that they my kids, it's like, yo, your mother cool as hell, like da-da-da. And I tell them all the time, your reputation is something that you control. You have control over how people perceive you. If you out here in the street acting like a fool, they're gonna know. Exactly. They're gonna know. Oh, man, you know, it's a nut. But if you treat yourself with respect, if you out here and because me, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm keeping it all the way 100. My reputation is everything to me. You understand? Now, do I care what people? Absolutely not. Give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna give them something to want to think, you know, negative about me anyway. You know what I'm saying? And what they think, that's on them. Right. However, I'm not gonna facilitate that in a negative way.
You teach him his position with a woman when he in a relationship.
Who?
She
Did I
can't teach
teach
him
her?
that.
Well, no, I mean,
His position in a relationship
no,
with a woman.
let me say this. We can teach our kids all day long,
Yeah.
but when they get out
They
here
gonna
with
do
these
something
negative
stupid.
elements, and they're gonna have a
gonna
mind
do
of their
something
own.
I'm just talking about to put that seed in his head at minimum.
Oh,
To
absolutely.
put that seed in his
Listen,
head.
I tell them like this, and I don't get in their business.
Yeah.
But what I do tell my kids is, listen, if a person cannot respect you,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
If a person gotta put their hands on you,
Oh, no,
it's
no,
a problem.
You see, that respecting is
You know,
funny because
what?
they get different degrees of respecting. People have different understandings of respect.
What my
You see what I'm
respect
saying?
is, if I treat you
Yeah.
accordingly,
Yeah.
meaning, and I tell my kids all the way, govern yourself accordingly when you're
Yeah.
dealing with certain situations.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna give you an example. A crackhead, right? Somebody that's out on drugs. Now they you know, revamp their life in recovery. They got, you know, and I have a problem with those that, you know, now they're in recovery and they think they're better than that.
Yeah, you
right?
start that shit.
But exactly. But for every time you act like a fool, that person not gonna think about your degrees and how you know, move forward in life. They're gonna think back to when you was doing what you was doing to get that life.
Exactly.
Right.
You understand?
Exactly.
So I tell my kids all the time, your reputation is magic.
Yeah.
If you get out here and you
Your
tarnish your
word.
shit,
Yeah.
that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I said, back to your question, what I teach my kids, like I said, only thing I can do is do the best that I can do as a single mother or as a mother coming through life with my boys. Listen, treat people the way you want to be treated. Be respectful, okay? If you're in a situation, and we get it, we all play the fool for somebody. I'm not gonna say I was perfect. And nobody's perfect.
Nobody.
But
I'm
at the
gonna
end
say
of the day,
this. I'm gonna
you
say
gotta,
this to you.
at the end of the day,
No,
you gotta
I'm
know
finna say this to you.
self-worth.
Your
To
sons
know.
are beautiful.
Thank you.
I give you that. The mama crazy, but the sons are
Mama crazy shit like that. Mama crazy like that.
She got beautiful sons.
Listen, only thing we can do is do the
Yeah,
best
good
that we can do
Yeah, because you got
as
some
mothers.
real, I know some real dog ass chicks, man. And
Yeah,
their kids turn out decent.
Right.
And that's how.
Decent chicks and their kids be out here like savage. Plant that seed, you plant that seed for the most part, but it's when they get outside. how
Right,
they, you understand
right.
shit?
Other
How they
seeds are
maneuver.
planted after that.
Yeah.
There are other seeds planted when they get in that street. Bottom line.
I had to stop them from calling me Mr. Brother. I said, look, man, listen, we gamble together, we eat together, that Mr. Brother shit, I don't need that.
Yeah, that's how I raised them. Like,
Why, you don't want to sound old?
And my
No, I don't want to
mother
sound
is still
old.
like
That's all that
So
is.
when you cats make you old and shit.
Yeah,
that.
they good kids, man.
I mean, I tried.
But there's a lot out there I can say,
It's
hey,
important though, man,
Yeah.
for you know how to deal with women because sometimes you get women that really don't understand how shit supposed to go and start trying to dominate in it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Word.
right.
And that's a recipe for disaster.
It is. It is.
And
When a
listen,
woman
and the
get
man
dominate,
gets
you
destroyed.
understand what I'm saying?
He becomes
She lose
destroyed.
respect. When a woman ain't got respect, you all hell break loose.
all hell.
Never,
That's
you
true.
feel me? You end up being that nigga on TV that
Yep.
cooked everything. Goldfish, the dog.
Goldfish too?
You know what I'm saying?
Those are all mine. I was accredited the first female painter for the Board of Education, right? Now, I just say all of that to say, I tell my kids all the time, you don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no politician help me here. I got that job based on my own merit. You understand? But I say all of that to say, even with all of this, yeah, I retired from it. But even with, you know, me doing all of this and making history and all of this, your kids are going to do what they want to do.
That's right.
Regardless. The only thing
Bottom
you can do
line.
is instill and try to plant in
Bottom
them
line.
what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all you can do is the best. And
Hey,
I don't
sweetheart.
like when people say, see, I don't like, those are my awards. I don't like when people say, oh, I blame the mother. Oh, I blame the father. No, I don't agree with that all the time. Because like I said, you can do the best that you can do.
Because once they leave that doorstep,
exactly.
you're on your own.
Exactly.
Thank God.
That's no different from their parents too. Because you see, like I tell you, my mom's got that health food store in the junction.
Oh, that's your mother?
Yeah.
She what?
Right? She had the health food store in the
That's
junction.
your mom?
Yeah, that's his mother.
Wow.
Yeah.
I ain't know that, man.
Right, yeah.
Good people,
Yeah,
man.
great people.
Yeah, good
She's been there
people.
forever, helping
It's
people
probably
out.
like the last 10, probably like, I say about the last 10, 15
Wow.
years that I really changed my style. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Because I used to be shooting movies out this motherfucker.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I used to see niggas
Y'all gotta understand that point.
Right?
Shooting
I used to
movies.
see niggas in jail. They like, that's your mom.
Explain. Hold. To the audience, explain shooting movies because they thinking you was in, Denzel movies and stuff like that.
Bruce Willis going out the window shooting.
Oh, gotcha.
Sliding over the car seat.
Right.
I used to be out there carrying on. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, right? Now, like I said, probably like 06, 07, 08.
Right.
I own 8 houses in Jersey City. And then when I live in there in South Hill, right? Boom, I took a little funny money and did some things. You understand what I'm saying? But, right? So once I really got in the real estate game, I started working like a lot of old heads, old women, and you feel me? A lot of bullshit, right? And then my daughter there, right? My daughter, she doing aerospace engineering, right? At the University of Miami, right? She just turned 20, May 28th. She just turned 20, right? But boom, motherfuckers was seeing me like, that's your mother? That's your mother? You feel me? So like motherfuckers could see like, you feel me? You expect me to be running around with some herbs in my motherfucking head?
With some size.
You right though.
Incense and shit.
Because with all that shit, we still grew up in the hood.
All I talk about is his mama, right? Because she the one that controlled my sugar.
And like I said,
Nice talking to
my whole family's Jamaican. Mother, father, everything. I'm the first generation American in my family. You understand what I'm saying? But now, my mom's there, like, everybody did some shit. You understand? She had her 80s run. You understand what I'm saying? And the flip that like, now she the metal queen and all that. You understand what I'm saying? But where does one motherfucker look like? That's your mother?
Right.
You feel me?
Everybody had their run.
Everybody had their run. You understand what I'm saying?
No. She said, okay, this bitch. I lost her.
Your mother, she the real deal.
I made no shit.
I gotta go get some
Listen,
more
She is the real
when the
deal.
doctor was telling me about sugar, Joyce, you know Joyce Boone? She said, go on Ocean Avenue. I went down there, and the moment I saw her, you know what I thought about? Georgia, my grandmother. I said, I got you.
This guy, she's been there forever.
Yeah, ever.
Hi, how you doing?
All right.
What's your name? Randy. Damn, this guy here is the bomb. I've been dealing with for years. I've been here.
But that's what I'm saying, like the kids don't always reflect. You understand?
Right.
Who you are. You know what I'm saying? But when certain shit is planted in there, you understand? You plant certain seeds. When they finish carrying on and doing whatever, they end up resorting back to the foundation.
Right.
The type of shit you see with that. Right? Motherfucker end up resorting back to the foundation of things. You understand what I'm saying?
Brother about to get out of his pocket, boy.
What the heck?
Look, so you see that turn, he was right there.
I'm trying to say.
As soon as you said that turn, he was coming right out.
You sucker.
Got caught, my nigga.
Out the window now. Out the window now.
Come on, that shit. You a fraud.
You sucker.
Turn it around.
If you the asked me, I
Brother
gave
is
it
a
to you.
fraud.
You the asked me, I gave
Barbershop
it to you.
Chronicles. He's a fraud. All that mess you for. He's like, okay.
What he do?
I can't say no. I cut her son's hair. What am I saying? No. I cut your child hair. You the asked me, I did the same thing.
Yes, no problem. I got you. No problem. I got you.
I didn't want to give it up. Just to
Oh shit. Woo. That's hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
That's hilarious.
Let me go. I can go to the laundromat. You just made my day. You just made my day.
Being recorded. Being recorded.
Look. Oh, step all that mess this man talked in here. He talked a lot. Okay. Did y'all just see what? No, y'all didn't see
Nah,
it.
it was over here.
We ain't gonna tell y'all. I ain't gonna put him on
I
blast.
gave somebody a loan, somebody $20.
We didn't even know all that.
Nobody know that.
Ain't nobody know that.
What I did.
You didn't have to say
I
that.
don't hide what I do.
But that's not the point.
It was just funny,
Oh,
brother. Everybody.
That was you talking mess.
That's right.
And then in that moment, when you was talking that mess, then here it comes.
Because what you do with your money is your thing.
That's right.
But boy, was it funny.
That was funny. Like, oh my God. We was in here. He was going in. Before you came, he was going in. And
I wasn't trying to hide nothing. If I was going to hide something, I wouldn't have gave it to her.
brother, what you do is your business. Ain't no way we just joking. Oh, please.
No, y'all taking it somewhere else.
Nuh-uh. No, we're not. I'm not. I don't know that. I don't know your situation with that girl. And I know how free-hearted you are. Step and fetch it.
Yo, you funny as hell. Leave my brother alone. Leave my brother alone.
Let the brother know I love him. I love brother.
That was funny as hell. Yeah, it was.
What?
Look at him. I looked up.
What happened?
They say, look at him.
As soon as you went outside, you went here.
Whatever I had on my mind,
I told her that.
whatever I was thinking about, it's gone now. Because I got me sit
No, I
down.
wouldn't have did that either. If I was coming at you, I wouldn't have did that. That ain't nobody's business what y'all doing.
She should have walked over by the garage and she wouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's true. Now y'all do
The
it.
glass window.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I wasn't trying to hide nothing.
No, I'm talking
Well,
about
that's
her.
what's up.
She was.
Well, yeah, you good. I think come on. You a grown ass man. You do what you want to do what you want. Can I get 50? I'm joking.
Shit, I need
Anyway,
about 75 myself.
I'm
All right,
out.
stay strong. Much
All right.
love.
Talk to you soon. Take it easy. Have a great day. I'm going to tell you to stay cool, baby, because it's going to be a hot one.
You think? I am just starting with this.
Oh, listen here. That's my every week thing right there.
Oh, you went to the beach today?
Yeah, me, my wife, and my grandchildren.
Oh, cool. I saw the bingo. I'm gonna get some money.
AC and that dude.
What? Oh, yeah.
AC up in there?
What?
Yeah.
Cold?
Yo, I'm taking my little blanket.
That's right.
You like cold? Damn.
What?
Where that's at?
I'm going to Edison.
That's like what?
That's
20 minutes, 25 minutes?
Yeah, it's not that far.
There's a bingo hall?
Of course. Bro, you know, if it's a bingo hall, I'm there.
I ain't played bingo.
But they don't play bingo in Jersey City no more. They don't have no bingo halls here.
All the old white people died.
What's going on?
Every last one of them is going to Jersey City.
Oh, wow.
Every
Yeah,
last
all
one
the
of them.
white people gone.
And see, where I go at Edison, yo, the money is
They
there.
used to have bingo in Sacred Heart.
I know, all of that's gone. Years, all of that's
And
gone.
Hoboken.
Hey,
Nothing
Barbara,
in
what you
Jersey
think about, you got bingo cards yourself at home?
What?
Bingo cards. You got-
Cards?
you got
No,
something
we
like
can
that?
get some now, because we can start some games.
We're going to have some games at the July 31st cookout. That might be a good game to have there. And I want you to try to,
Okay.
run that.
Let
Run
me
that.
know.
I
That's
mean, because we're going to
fine.
start early. So
Big
those that want to
Ten.
come early, although, look, although we partying,
sell the
we're going to, at the beginning,
Yeah, you
we
gotta
can
have
do that. Have
But
something to do.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
at the
But
beginning.
see, the money
We do
comes
game night
in.
at the house all the time.
Listen to
Bingo.
That'd be
me.
dope.
When this is how you do it. We have the cards, right?
July 30th
And we-
first, y'all.
We say, okay.
Hold the date, July
One
31st.
card,
Big
of
cookout.
course, like,
Where?
say,
I got you.
one card is like,
Where
say,
at,
$3 to
bro?
$5,
I'll let
right?
you know.
Depending on what you want to do.
Before you go.
Everybody that buys a card, all of that money is going in the kit.
Right.
You understand? So that's how it is, bro, the money. Because you were saying, you got to have money.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? When the people come in, they want to buy the cards.
Yep.
This is how much the cards, we got to come up with a plan, like how much it is. We make together.
Yeah,
with
we
them.
get together, yeah.
But whatever we, get,
Right.
the cards, paying them,
Right.
that's what comes out.
Right.
when
Even
they
if we
want.
have 5 or 6 people, just for a table.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you know what I mean? So I want
I'm down.
if you run that, I appreciate it.
Yeah, what?
All right.
I love bingo. That's my outlet.
Exactly.
I've been playing bingo for over 30 years. So let me go so I can get ready to go.
All right,
Anyway,
got
nice
it.
talking to you, Nancy.
Much love. It's
Y'all,
It
cut
was
that
good.
nonsense out.
It was
Talking
good.
about the lady had to put, no, this one here, Stephen Fetcher. He said,
Step and fetch it.
Huh?
The boss could be the boss. You never answered
all right,
that.
let me
Break that
let me
down.
rephrase that. No, I'm gonna rephrase
Yeah,
it.
because if
Not
he,
the
he's
boss,
paying,
the boss,
if
that
he's
don't
paying
sound right.
to be the boss,
Right.
he's saying
I'm
you
gonna
should be able to walk behind me.
No,
Because I'm the boss. He,
No.
he's
I
man
understand
wanna
what
lead.
you said. Maybe
you know what
I
mean?
said it wrong. I
Yeah.
said that wrong.
Did
Because
you
no,
say
I'm
it
not
wrong?
walking behind you. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
What I mean is,
Under no circumstances you walk behind your man.
absolutely, what I'm gonna walk behind you
See,
for?
I think y'all get that mixed up though.
Why?
Because if he, hold on, if you want a real man, most men that's real, they lead.
Yeah.
So y'all take that walking behind me as something negative.
No.
You don't look at it like, you know, this is my
Listen,
leader.
listen, young
Not my
man,
leader like
listen,
that, but
listen,
somebody who has
He's leading the
direction.
household,
Right,
right.
right.
Listen,
So that's the sense of
listen.
walking behind.
No.
So what you take,
Listen,
what's your definition of walking behind?
Leading means we could walk together and he's
I agree.
leading.
I agree.
Grab my hand, baby.
I agree.
Lead me.
I
this
agree.
is what I'm talking. All that walking behind and
I think
no,
the wording is
even when
not
I
good.
See,
That's
when
all.
I see brothers walking with sisters and they got them on the outside, on the curb, that
Oh, that's-
shit
yeah.
bothers me.
Yeah, I feel you.
And
I'm with
like,
you on that.
yo,
That's what I'm saying because this is what I'm
That
saying.
kills me.
Basic etiquette, motherfuckers don't know.
Right.
They don't
Right,
know.
that's
They
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
that,
That
Basic
bothers me.
etiquette. Niggas don't
That
know that
bothers
your woman supposed to be on the
Deep
inside.
in the
Because,
inside.
now look, see what I'm saying? That's another form of leading. Because you want to put you there for what?
Right.
Why you
but
want
protection?
Listen.
Protect you from everything.
Right, just in
You're
case,
outside.
Right.
just in case that car hit the
Right.
curve and it hit me, right?
Right.
That's
I
the
think
bullshit.
That's how it go though. That's how it go. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And that
If
part.
anything gonna get hit,
That part.
it's like the big
That part.
No, you supposed to protect your queen.
Yeah, that's how it
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pretty no, he just bull grabbing, right?
Wordplay.
I'm
It-
just
that's
adding a little
what-
humor.
You
That's
know
all.
what?
Like that.
You know who had a debate on YouTube about that? Fantasia.
Yeah.
Because you know that I'm so proud of her. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for her. Like she found
Yeah.
happiness.
Her husband
Her
has spoke on
husband,
that,
he
right?
is
Right.
everything. Like
Yeah.
Sound like a
he's
good
the type
dude.
of man that I would want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hope it's not for show. It don't look for show.
Yeah.
They look very happy.
I
They
didn't
get
even
ready to
know
have a
she had a new
baby.
situation.
They get ready to have a baby.
What happened?
I didn't know she had a
She had it. She had the baby.
Yeah. Oh, she had it? What she
Yeah,
had?
about 2 weeks ago. I don't actually remember.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she got,
but I'm so happy for her.
she got a
because
license
I know
on
what
it.
she
Like, what's
came
going
from.
on with her?
Huh?
What kind of man she got? Like,
Oh,
what's going on?
this
like a
brother
real
is
good dude,
deep
man.
as hell.
Very,
Like,
very intellectual dude.
very intellectual.
Yeah.
And he was like in prison. He
Yeah.
came from prison.
Yeah.
And the way she said it, same thing. It's okay to let your man lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the internet went crazy on
Yeah.
her.
Right.
But they was like, ah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I understand exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Basically what we're saying right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about walking behind
Hey, yo,
or
you know, you ever listen to Shahrazad Ali? That
Oh,
black
yeah.
man got
Oh,
to
yeah.
understand black
Oh,
women?
yeah.
yes.
Right?
yes,
A lot of
yes.
women
They went on her
dig
too.
her,
They
right?
understand it.
But
That's what I'm saying.
one thing
But-
she said though, right, is that they started this independent woman and we
Right.
got our own thing and started
Right.
the thing, right? She was like, you know what? She hate and despise black women that feed into that because we never had that issue. Black people, we
That's
never
right.
had that issue.
We took a
She
point.
said that was a white issue
Right.
with the
They
man.
was
She
fighting
wanted to
their
go
man.
against.
They
She
was
wanted to
fighting
go
their
against her
man.
man, and she
Right.
wanted to be ahead of her
Equal
man.
and all
And
that.
don't tell
Right.
me what
But
to do.
see, now,
But
now,
black people, we
Jump on
never
that
had that
bandwagon.
issue.
They jump on that
We never
bandwagon.
had that
Black
issue.
women
this is
jump
the
on that
thing.
bandwagon.
Women
But
never
this
had
is
that
the
issue.
thing. When they was coming into the homes and they was taking our black men from
Yeah.
us, we had no other choice.
Yeah.
As women, we
Had to
had
step
to
up.
step
Yeah.
into that role.
Had to step
You
up.
understand? Now, we're the independent for me. I can
Uh-huh.
only speak for me.
Yeah.
We're the independents coming at when you get to a point where, and it could be the people that I may have dealt with or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, with that control, that narcissistic
Yeah, you can't
mentality.
follow a fool or
This
nigga
is
ain't
what I'm
about
saying.
nothing.
That narcissistic mentality,
Yeah.
yo, that's when I crush you. Because
Yeah.
I don't need you
Yeah.
to do anything than have sex with
You
me.
knocked
I can
him
pay
out?
my own bills.
You knocked him
I
out?
can, huh?
You knocked
no,
him out?
crush him,
Oh,
you know
I'm
me.
just messing with
Shut your ass up. But I'm just saying,
Knock
when
him
it comes to that point where, you know what I'm saying, you want to be in control,
Yeah.
that right there takes the woman to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Especially when she dealt with things.
You see what I'm saying?
according-
Man, but the control shit, right? Now, you got a nigga that's controlling you and he leading you and directing you, right? if he got his cap on and he directing you and leading
Properly.
you and controlling you with all right things. You
Right,
understand what I'm saying?
there you go.
But now when you got a bullshit nigga that's trying to control you,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
and damaging
that's
you.
when niggas start trying to use.
But you know what? I don't think I would.
So
But I
that's
don't
where.
think I would use the terminology control when someone's trying to lead me, because
Yeah, well,
when you're
control,
leading me, it's
matter
not
of fact,
control.
controlling
That's
is
Guiding,
That's
guiding.
what I'm
Better
saying.
of a guide,
I
guide.
It's guiding.
Yeah,
controlling
guiding.
is-
It's a
Yeah,
difference.
guiding.
control ain't even, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So if a
It's not-
motherfucker not sharp enough, he ain't working on nothing, and he don't got nothing shaking, what can he guide you to? You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Nothing.
So
Right.
that's when the shit start getting topsy-turvy, because the motherfucker just start like, man, I ain't letting this thing control me,
Right.
but, or guide me or tell me what to do, but when
Right.
you got a real man that's dealing with real shit, and really showing you, and really leading you, and bringing you the real shit.
Yeah. But do you
But
know how-
sometimes women might not even see that in the man who's trying to guide her properly.
Yeah.
She might have some issues from her past
Yeah.
that
Right.
brings about a certain trigger.
Yeah.
That if he tell her, "Yo, babe, I think we should do this," and
Yeah.
something trigger her
That's
from
true.
her past,
That's true.
it makes her
That's
rebel.
true.
But see,
So
and see,
she
that's
has to
the thing,
learn.
too.
You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
you gotta
Yeah.
learn each other. You gotta give yourself time to learn someone. You understand? Learn what you want in that relationship,
takes
because
time.
which is true, and it
That's
takes
why,
time.
that's why that give me that dick shit don't work. That ain't,
Well,
that ain't
that's my point. That's what I'm telling you. Step infection.
Well, so that-
You
so that don't
you
work.
want to sleep with somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, I just want pussy, and
You
that's
gotta-
it.
you gotta-
And
you gotta
da, da, da.
smash them.
Excuse my French.
That's okay.
I
We
do.
all
That's
grown.
good. Barbershop crime.
But I'm just saying, when you looking for more in a relationship, you're not going to settle for just that. Because if I was into masturbation, I wouldn't even need you for that. You understand? But the bottom line is to say, you know what I'm saying, oh, I just want to sleep with her. You can't be sleeping around nowadays.
Even
People
if
got
you was
bumps
into
and pus coming on out and
self-masturbation.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got all kinds of stuff oozing out of that stuff. So you can't even go around sleeping around.
One thing
you can't
about
even
it.
put your mouth on stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I don't understand.
Right.
Like,
You
how
don't
is it
even
that men, and I'm just, well, I ain't gonna say I'm speaking from experience. But,
You can tell us this already. No, come on.
I'm just saying, how is it that men, when they first, listen, when men first get with a female, brother, do you do this? You go immediately down on her?
I got raped
You
when I
got
was
raped?
13 years old
Rape with what?
You're being recorded.
by a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
And you liked it?
I love it.
I'm sure. But I'm just saying.
Anybody just jumping.
Now-
You got niggas nasty like that, but anybody just jumping.
He wasn't raped.
That's
not
what
rape,
that's
brother.
What they do.
Brother,
That's what they do.
That's not rape
But-
though. He didn't
what?
get raped. That's molestation.
Yeah, that's what like, yeah, rape and
Yeah,
molestation,
that's not
two
rape.
different things. But
Yeah.
brother, I'm just saying,
She
I'm just trying
ain't
to figure it out. Because you were saying the only thing you want to do is hump and keep it moving.
Yeah,
You
thank
can't do that nowadays, in my opinion. Because like I said, people got things going on with their private areas that you wouldn't want to
Listen, this
spill
woman.
over onto you.
Listen, I'm going to
Yeah,
tell you something.
What?
And it's true. This woman was my mother's best friend.
That rape you?
And down south,
Molest.
you're taught
molest.
you're taught to respect your elders.
Right.
So I didn't know where she was leading me. I followed what my mother taught me. Don't disrespect me.
So when the lady, so what you did? You humped
He
on
did
her?
what she asked him to
I
do
did what she asked.
because she's an elder.
No, I never humped her.
What you did? Ate a
For
coochie?
3 years. It was for 3 years.
You ate her coochie for 3 years?
No, it's the apple. Don't say coochie. The apple. Don't say coochie.
God forbid it's fruit.
Oh,
The
God.
apple.
You ain't never beat it, just straight eating it?
That's it.
Oh
And my
my
mother
God.
caught us. Right? And
how old
jumped
was you,
on
brother?
her. I was about 15.
And you was eating coochie all the time?
No,
It
my
was
baby,
since I was
my
12.
babysitter had took me there back in like.
So that
back in
means,
11.
anybody that you get with, it comes back to mind. Eating
Right.
that coochie.
No.
Yes, it do. Oh,
He
yes,
said,
it do.
he said no. Look his face like no. Hey, bro, you like this, bro. Hey, bro, you like this. No.
Because that's what you, that's what you know how to do. Since he was 15.
I know, because you
Oh,
know
you a
what?
pro.
When you go through that shit, when that shit happens,
Right.
You a master.
I'm gonna tell you
What?
something. That
You
damaged me.
know that?
That damaged me because the simple fact is, didn't realize I had a infatuation over it when my mother and her started fighting. Then my mother started whooping my ass.
Why?
So I realized something was wrong. I did something wrong. But Southern people don't explain to their children that
Why?
this was wrong. That
Yeah.
you beat me. So my father, she said, when your father come home, he gonna whoop your ass. right?
After you already got your ass
My
whooped.
father came. He said, "Get in the car, boy." I'm scared to death, man. I could have killed myself to rather have my father answer, right?
Yeah.
And my father looked back in the car. He said, "I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Relax."
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, "Well, where you taking me? You getting ready to kill me? Throw
Did
me
he
in the
say,
river?"
did you eat
What?
that coochie
No,
good?
he said, this is what my father said.
What?
He said, "Next time, don't get cold."
But you know why?
And I
Daddy,
still
look, Daddy wanted something. Good job, boy.
the kids, they never broke it down to me. So now you coming with this as you growing up.
Real shit. That shit do
Imagine the
something.
kids out there.
That shit do something. I think I probably from when I was 9 to I'm like 12. My
You
babysitter. My babysitter.
Yeah,
Oh,
you'd be surprised.
Jesus.
Valerie Rock. Birdie Small.
Don't tell her name.
Right? Yeah, right?
We being recorded.
And
We
it's
being
funny,
recorded.
I seen her way later and shit, and I was shooting some shit at her. She like, "What you talking about?"
Acting like she don't know.
embarrassed now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think she probably was like 18.
Right.
I was like 9. You feel me?
Right,
Damn!
right.
Word, and it's funny because my mom used to go to work like 6, 7 in the morning, right? And she lived upstairs, so my mom used to take me up there early in the morning. You feel me? And so by that time, everybody's still asleep.
Right.
So I used to get in bed with her, and
Right.
then everybody get up at like 9 o'clock, take me to
At
school.
9
and all that shit.
9 years
Yeah,
old?
you know that goes on. You'd be surprised what brothers go through.
But this is
Be
shit, though.
surprised.
This is
That's
shit,
never
though.
talked about.
Right? First, she was taking my head, putting it on pussy, just
Right.
rubbing it. Give me
Say
rubbing on my nose
coochie.
and
Right.
all that shit.
It's
Coochie.
apple, not
Right?
coochie.
Oh, well,
Rubbing it and shit, give me fucking rug burn on my nose, all type
Right.
of shit. Right?
On that
And
rough
then
ass hair, that afro hair back then too.
Yeah. And look, the second time, man.
I wish I had a babysitter like that.
The second
Yeah.
time she pulled the nigga out, right? She pulled the nigga up and put me in there, right? Once I slid in that motherfucker.
You was like-
Because on some young shit, I couldn't see, like, I'm really thinking it was really a hole
Right.
that you gotta go into.
The afro was in the way.
Like all of the other little
Afro,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
I wasn't, so she really like took me and put it up in
Right.
there. When she put that motherfucker in there, you already know. Like,
Melt. Yeah.
That shit was like,
Yes, sir.
that shit was some breathtaking. She like,
Yeah.
He was 9,
Real
y'all.
talk.
so
9.
Right.
you know, look, you know you nut, but ain't nothing
You
really
don't know.
coming out.
Right,
Ain't
right,
nothing
right,
coming
right,
out and
right,
shit.
right.
So she took your virginity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of young men go
Miss
through
Miss
that.
Diane should have whooped her ass.
When I
Yeah,
say
Miss
I
Diane ain't
enjoyed
know.
that shit, and look, when we moved,
I know
was,
you did.
Hey, yo, you hear me? When we moved, I was so fucking pissed.
Why you moving now, man?
I had a 3-year run with this man.
Wow.
3-year run.
Wow.
Word is small.
Wow.
And I was like, why we can't just,
You
can
was
she
off
just
a
take me to school?
relationship.
She
Yeah.
like, why do you want to go back around there so bad? Like, I saw all my friends around there.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm so bad.
Shit.
I'm like,
That's
word is
some
small.
real shit.
But look, like, this is why I said, I think that shit fuck with a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
from that point, any little girl used to come to my house or any, you feel me, I was hunting.
Right.
And so, you know, back then now, you get, when you 11 and shit like that, you humping and you
Yeah,
grinding and
yeah,
you doing
yeah.
anything. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm like,
Nah, you mastered
feel
it.
me?
Yeah.
I'm like, put your leg up, open it. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
So you
right,
know
right,
what
So,
you do.
right,
exactly.
right,
So,
right.
You know how
I
I
know
felt
we
about
was
it.
I was 11 and this
I had my
girl
grandson.
hold on, Storms.
Hold up.
I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
something. I had
So,
my
boom.
grandson in Liberty Park, and the lady went to bend down. She said, "Oh, he's so cute." I said, "Miss, don't
But
touch
you
my
already know.
grandson.
Right.
Don't touch my grandson." "Oh, I just want to hug." Don't hug my grandson.
So are you saying there are secret
There's things
women?
in you, you
I
go
get that,
on a
yeah.
fence for your
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Hold on.
Because you done
I can
experienced.
understand
So,
that.
so would you say? So hold on.
I'm
So,
sure.
so would you say there are a lot of women in this world that have molested men,
Yeah.
young boys?
Yeah,
It's
I
not talked
yeah.
about.
It's
I
not
hear.
talked about.
That
Yeah.
shit still
It's
going
talked
down.
about.
Yeah.
More than
molesting
anything,
girls.
that should be happening in the schools
Men
now.
are the
That shit
most-
never used to happen back
Yeah,
in the day.
remember the teacher sleeping with the
Yeah.
students and all
But
kinds
word
of
is
shit.
small.
send people
I'm
down
telling you.
south.
Right.
It was a few months
Right.
of
They
things.
never
Like
get
I
Real
said,
talk,
like
Jeff.
a little
Real
hide
talk,
and
Jeff.
Send you
Right.
straight down
They-
south.
Real talk,
they
Jeff.
hide and seek
Never
and
get
she go in the
talked
closet, and like I say, do regular little hump.
Right.
I used to take that down. I'm really looking
Right,
for that.
you really want
motherfucker.
that, right.
Look,
Looking for that equipment.
Right? Because I'm like 11, she
I
like
gotta
11.
go, y'all.
Right, but she don't know nothing about that.
Hold up.
Yeah,
I
but-
just want you to hear this part.
Okay.
Years later, when I'm like 30, 40, right? I start realizing this, right? And the bitch.
Don't say that, bitch.
All right.
Okay.
Chick, she's shaving, right? She's
Right.
shaving,
Yeah, as
right?
she should.
So I'm like, what the? I just love hearing
The hair.
Right? So she like, what the fuck was that about? Like,
Amen. I love it too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Y'all like eating fur burgers. They call them fur burgers.
It wasn't until I really start snacking where it's like that shit start getting in the way. Like, shit don't like, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I'll be for real. Like, I know where I'm really.
You know where you're going. Right.
So, boom, I start, look, hit all of that. You can leave a mound joint right there, the little, you understand what I'm saying? But don't cut all of it. You feel me? Like, what's the obsession with hair? And I couldn't figure it out.
That's what it was.
I couldn't figure it out. But word is born, it was from when I was
From the
little.
first time.
You feel me?
From the first time.
Word, when I see that hair, it's like,
you get a rush. It's like a drug, right?
and you see now I'm saying that's the shit that be happening with these niggas that be raping motherfucking kids and doing all that crazy shit. You got grown ass nigga like 40 fucking trying to rape 2-year-old kids. Niggas be fucking babies.
That's why they be going to jail.
Hey, look.
So
Same thing with R. Kelly though. That's the same situation.
That's what I'm
His
saying.
sister.
I heard his sister and all type of shit.
His sister
His
used to
sister
rape
used to
him.
molest him.
Yeah, all type of crazy
Yeah,
shit
making
going
him
on.
do certain things.
R. Kelly had
And that's
a lot
why
of
he
crazy shit
did.
going on.
Anytime you are sexually abused, you're trapped. You're trapped in between worried about your kids.
Yeah, it's a stigma that it leaves on you mentally.
Sisters.
But where's
That's a bad
like I said,
if it's
some
not
motherfuckers
explained to
go
you,
to the
that's the
extreme.
biggest
Like,
problem.
you
That's a
ready?
good point.
Like I said,
Yeah,
I went through that with the
point.
chicken and all that. But some niggas go through shit like that now. They really on some other shit.
Yeah.
They fuck mad
Fucked up,
kids
yeah.
and all. You understand what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You know how these things
Either they're that way or they become
I know
angry.
I know
They
it's
become
something
go
about
crazy out there in the world.
Right. But I won't let my
Especially if they got that spiritual backing.
my aunts kiss my kids.
I know, yeah.
Period. And they be like, what's wrong? Don't touch my children.
Yeah.
Not to say they would do it.
Right.
No, but you don't.
I woke
It's
up
something
and
there.
see
Yeah.
it's out
Right.
there.
Right.
It's out there. You can't touch it.
Yeah.
That's why nobody
that's
babysits my
understandable.
children. Nobody.
That's
I
understandable.
was watching that special when the lady was beating the shit out of this kid. The lady dropped the kid off the daycare.
I know, and they
Yeah,
were
she's
the
crying.
baby.
She was, and you pay respect.
Well,
Much love.
I think you repaying that motherfucking job you did yesterday.
Oh, okay. We'll call it that. I ain't
I'm
gonna
still
argue.
gonna give you a tip though.
Listen.
Oh, yeah,
They were showing world news
Oh.
what these kids are going through and people don't even know.
Nah, man.
I'll be back.
All right.
God, have a good day.
Have a good one.
That was good. I gotta go on.
That was a
That's
good. That was a good
Barbershop
episode.
Chronicles, y'all.
That was good.
I'll make sure I'll be up here next week for that.
Stay sharp,
I
man.
know,
And thanks
I
for
know
thanks for
that.
collabing with us and breaking bread with us. Much love, respect. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you now. We'll be back, y'all.